persevere. I'm going to punch through the boundaries. I'm going to become, that person that they say I can't be, and I'm going to be successful no matter what. But even though I have done that, there's still this back here, this song, in the back of my neck, the back of my head, the back of my mind, trying to hit this beat on time, keep my eyes wide open, looking on the horizon. I'm putting my time in, digging up this mine, searching for a cherry diamond, looking for these nuggets of truth. I need to find them, but until then, I'll carry on grinding. 1 year older, alcoholic former, I can feel the dark side getting colder. I made a deal with the devil on my shoulder. All I can do to keep the demons in the corner. Give my pig a fish, feed him for a day, but don't take away his bottle of Tanqueray. 1 more drop and we'll be okay. Or maybe I should save it for a rainy day. Take another trip down to Total Wine. Pour another drink in my cup. Drink it all down to the bottom line. All this money, it'll never be enough. Now I think I'm feeling fine, so I polish this rhyme like a diamond in the rough. Try to free my mind, put my nose to the grind, put my pen to the paper when things get tough. Don't believe in the lies of he, cause I'm a super blind man, but I still see the blackest eyes like a black-eyed pea. Words crystallize as I'm flowing on the beat. Look into the water at my reflection. 5'12" with a mayonnaise complexion. Drink some whale tail from my depression. Captain Ahab on a ship with no direction. I am a man sitting on an island alone with 2 gin bottles and a microphone. Writing my message on a scroll and throw it into the Dead Sea like a skipping stone. Spinning in this vortex unknown. Riding on a whale until I'm home. It's not that deep, but don't look below, cause before you know it, you'll get caught in the undertow. Take another trip down to Total Wine. Pour another drink in my cup. Drink it all down to the bottom line. All this money, it'll never be enough. Now I think I'm feeling fine, so I polish this rhyme like a diamond in the rough. Try to free my mind, put my nose to the grind, put my pen to the paper when things get tough.
Broken spirit, he can't hide. Tempers lost, time to What is up, everybody? How goes it? Happy Thanksgiving. Well, belated happy Thanksgiving anyway. Yeah, it's me, Broside Phil, your favorite dude who, I got nothing on this one. We should just get started, except, you know, getting started would be him streaming. There's no way he's going to be on time, right? There's just no way. No, he's not on time. And God, am I just shocked by that fact? Let me tell you. Let's take a look here. Let's go live with Raw Phil. Back. There we go. Yes. George Washington holding an eagle and something else. I'm sure it's an AI image, but don't matter. Oh, God. Thanksgiving was 6 weeks ago. Yeah, I know, right? I'm sure. But yeah, I had to do DSPolitics, obviously. Iwamoto, member for 2 months. Thank you so much for popping your notification there. Pope Super Comment Jizzler, it has been a fucking day. Stepdaughter is moving out of an old place and trying to get moved into a new place. So I spent the better half of the day moving heavy furniture and awkward items and cleaning up a house that's not even ours. And, you know, the obvious things that people want to do on this Black Friday. It was definitely in my list of things that were awesome. But it doesn't look like we got Filbert starting yet. So in that case, why don't we take a look? I've been out of the loop as to what the fuck happened yesterday. Bro making Phil Slop watchable. Well, I try. I don't know if it's any good, but I try. Let's see what Snort's got on the deck for us real quick. Snort Hogan, 1 day ago. DSP asks for more money to finish Wendy's chili feasting with the pig. That's an hour clip. Holy shit. And then DSP is thankful for money, shows off all the stuff he bought. That's a 39-minute clip. Yeah, let's take a gander at that. Oh, and for anybody who cares, yes, finally I've added this to the board. What the hell is wrong with you? So that's just on the board now, which I'm happy to say. But yeah, DSP is thankful for his money and stuff. Yeah, of course. Shout out to Snort Hogan, man. Snort Hogan is awesome. Snort Hogan. And I can't do him at 1x. So
first off, obviously I want to talk about.
Obviously, we're just doing, killing time while, we're waiting for. Actually, I haven't seen him. TSP's Disney World Factor. I missed the politics. It's coming up. How are you 5 minutes late and you don't have any notifications? Like, I don't know. Be on time. Whatever. Wait a minute. What the fuck? The time is really weird. Is anybody else seeing this? You got 1804 here, right? So it should be an 04, right? But the stream chat says 4:39 p.m. Oh well, screw it. Let's listen. Let's listen to Phil be terrible. He pushed your Goku button. You sent me a DM. Hold on. When Wrestling Ranter, sends me. Oh. Thank you. Yeah, you did ask me to look at this. Why not? We got the time. Oh God, that's going to open my other browser. I didn't want that. Oh well. Copy. Close. Damn. There we go. That's much better. What the hell is wrong? No, that wasn't the link either. I didn't copy it correctly. But boy, it's already a disaster stream. I didn't even know it could be a disaster stream, but apparently it is. Give me this. God almighty. Okay. DSP whines about not setting up a new PC, bought another capture card. Fine. Okay, that's the correct link. Disaster streams are fun. So we're going to boost you to 1.5 as well. There we go. Okay.
Dick Jones says I had to use a Dremel to get my video card to fit into a small case. I have no idea what a Dremel is, and now I'm terrified.
How do you not know what a Dremel is? That's like saying you don't know what a rake is. How do you not know what a Dremel is?
I don't think I ever want to find out. When the hell is a Dremel? I really feel like to be a PC builder, you need to have all special tools and stuff.
You need to have microdriver. You need a microdriver kit. That's it. You don't. Never mind.
They do. Like that freaking the SSD, right? The screw for a normal SSD is insanely small.
Micro driver kit.
Like you would have to have the world's smallest fucking screwdriver.
Well, I mean, you kind of have that covered already.
To get that to screw into your motherboard. Where do you get that from? I don't
Amazon.
have a PC tools kit. How am I supposed to have that?
You order it off Amazon for $17.50.
Dick Jones says it's a special saw tool, a multi-purpose rotary tool. Oh my God.
This is fucking cringe.
So anyway, I eventually did.
I heard that I need to fall asleep for 2 hours, H-bomb. I heard about that. And then I also heard that his chat was so robust and awesome that even though he was out for 2 hours, chat kept themselves entertained. He only lost like 30 viewers or some shit.
Get the graphics card, or I said graphics card. I did get the capture card in, and the reason you know it worked is because it pops in nicely. And once
It pops in nicely. Oh. What up, King Be Cruel? Got your spoon ready, buddy?
it goes in correctly, it just fits, and you're like, that's definitely right. And then you look, yeah, the screw is now aligning, and you can screw it in. It felt good to finally get it in. You're like, ah, yes.
It felt good to finally get it in. The things that Kat has never said.
How refreshing. It's in there.
Things that Kat has never said.
Okay? So it's in there. I screwed it in, everything's good. By the way, thanks to Dick Jones, who just gifted 5 subs over on Kick.
Please stop throwing numbers at the camera. Just stop it. Please.
Thank you, Dick. I said it this morning, more people are joining this.
My stepson, I guess you would call him. He's 20-something, is playing Call of Duty in the room over. So if I hear him and I see my mic engaging, I'll have to go shut my door.
Now, I said it this morning. This is the last couple of days to basically make money on Kick for the month because Kick cuts it off around like the 28th-ish.
Okay.
So what I make today and tomorrow will help me a lot for month end on Kick. So
What does that mean? Help you a lot on month. What does that mean? God damn it. One of the things that I try to do every single time I stream is shut my goddamn phone tones off. And I am failing on all aspects of life today. I swear my life's been tough. You know, it's been tough. Eek.
So anything you guys contribute on Kick is greatly appreciated this morning and this afternoon or tonight or tomorrow's day stream. It would help a lot. So any of you who are withholding
What?
contributions on Kick, now is the time to drop those subs. It would help a lot. Okay?
Withholding. What?
Thank you, Dick. And that's another $25 of support, which gets us up to.
I don't want to make this about money, but also give me money.
Now,
I don't want to
that
make
is
this
awesome.
about money.
We're
but
over
also
250,
give
but
me
now we have
money.
another problem. It's just uneven. It would be great. Great.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
300. A nice round, resounding.
What the fuck is wrong with...
What the hell is wrong with you?
You have $256 and you're still begging?
300. That would be perfect because then it would be even. It would help anyone who has OCD. They would have all that problem alleviated. If we had a nice solid 300 on this.
Fuck you. Fuck you. But that is... That's not what OCD is, you fucking asshole. That is not... Okay. Okay. Okay.
Stream today. I'm just saying.
That's not fucking funny.
What's up, Jade? How you doing? No, Jade, tonight we're doing Bloodborne as originally planned, Jade. Sadly, Jade, there's no Street Fighter this week. We missed out on it last night with the whole PC thing. But tonight,
Yeah. I did hear about that, MRC, midnight, that once he hit the goal from the Canadian fucking Uber bomb or whatever that he has there, that he was like, no, I don't have to beg.
we're playing Bloodborne if you want to come back and chill for that, okay? Okay. That is true. If we did hit $300 of support on the stream today, the trolls would be seething. That is correct. But I don't want anyone contributing for that, all right? I want people to contribute because they like the content and they like me. And
Really? I thought you wanted it because 300 was a nice round number and it would help people with OCD.
want to see the success continue. I mean, I got a new PC, all this new stuff in the setup. I want you to contribute for that, all right?
Let's see where is he on yet? No, he's not on yet, and he's not in his own chat yet that I can see. I don't know why I'm surprised. 10 minutes late. 10 minutes late to his own fucking stream. Or wait, is it? No. He technically starts at our time, 8:15, 6:15. So I guess he's not late yet. So I guess I'll cut him some slack.
And also to help people with OCD who are like, man, 256. It's got to be even.
256 actually helps me out because that's the correct measurement in bits and bytes. 256. The next one would be 384. The one after that would be 512.
Got to be 300. All right, so who's going to get us there to 300? I'll tell you who. JLB, who just gifted 10 memberships on YouTube. Thank you for the 10 gifted memberships on YouTube, JLB. That's the equivalent of about $30 because each one's around 3. So that gets us up to $286, which means we are a mere $14 away from hitting that nice even $300. All right.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Very, very nice. All right. Okay, so let's continue. So everything is installed. All right. And I'm like, okay, this is awesome. Let's now boot up the PC again, and let's make sure that everything's working. Okay. So I boot up the new PC, and the SSD is showing.
Oh my God, you guys, the SSD is showing.
Oh, look, can I format it? Yeah, format's fine. Beautiful. No problems. The new SSD is working and up to stuff.
Except for the fact he didn't know what GPT or not GPT. Goddamn. He doesn't know what MBR is, the difference between the two for exFAT or NTFS or whatever. He didn't. He had to be handheld through formatting a fucking hard disk.
But then came capture card.
You know what? Go ahead and pour me a little bit of a full glass of that rum.
Bert.
No ice, no ice.
The weirdest
What's up, Vega? I'm glad you're awake, but go to bed.
thing. First thing I said was, geez, I guess what I have to do is I have to basically see what drivers I need, and I have to get software for it. And this is an Elgato device. This capture card is the Elgato 4K Pro, right?
Uh-huh.
So we go to the Elgato website. It's the most confusing website I've ever seen. You literally can type in Elgato 4K Pro drivers. You will not see any Elgato 4K Pro drivers.
I think Jad actually debunked this live on one of his streams. He went to Elgato and was like, oh, wait, here they are.
They'll give you 700 articles about the 4K Pro and literally no fucking drivers. Nice website, dickheads. All people want is the software. They need to use your shit. They don't need to see a fucking help base of 700 articles. Just give me what I've typed in your search.
Wow. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Why don't you go ahead? Why don't you make your own? Never mind. He's just gonna bitch. He's gonna bitch to bitch. I swear to God, this trend he's going towards, if it's not truly just this unhinged psychopathy of God knows what level, this is bait. He has to be baiting.
I mean, what a shitty search engine they have. So we're fighting to try to find the right drivers, right? And we finally get to a driver's page. Just listen to this. So here's what it lists. So first of all, by the way, it's called the Game Capture 4K Pro on the box. That's what it says on the box. Game Capture 4K Pro.
Okay.
There's literally no Game Capture 4K Pro listed anywhere on the site. Doesn't exist. Okay.
Okay.
There's a 4K Pro, a 4K 60 Pro, a HD 60 Pro, 4K X, 4K S Plus, 4K. It's like, what the fuck? What do I have? I don't know what it is. It doesn't say on the card. It doesn't say on the box. It doesn't say in the documentation what it actually is. It says Game Capture 4K Pro, which isn't what anything on the website matches to. So that's frustrating. Really, that's frustrating. Like, what the hell? So I don't know what I'm supposed to get. So I finally just click on 4K Pro. I download, I go to install, and it says, Windows already installed this driver for you. You sure you want it? I was like, oh, so Windows auto installed the driver, so we're
Oh, yeah, Vega, I know.
good then.
Yes, it automatically installed the driver, so it did a hardware detection, detected it, probably pulled it from a fucking Windows update patch or whatever. Boom. All right, it's installed. This could have been 20 seconds. Like, I got the driver, or I got the card, I installed it. It wasn't working, but it said I had the drivers. That's it. That's it.
All right, whatever. So we're good then, right? We're fine. Cool. So then I said I gotta get software. Because here's the thing. You can
What's
just
the
use these things out of the box, but it won't be fully featured. If
It won't be fully Dude, are you really gonna you're gonna be him. You're gonna be him. You are gonna be the guy that bloatware was designed for.
you get it working with its own software, then you're usually able to tweak it and have it work properly, say in like OBS, because I'm going to be using OBS for my capturing and streaming and everything. Okay, so
God, you're a fucking bloatware developer's wet dream.
I go and get the software. They call it Game Capture HD, but then here we go again. The same.
Oh yeah, Jack, straight up.
Rigmarole. There's a Game Capture HD, but now there's a 4K capture. Well, wait, what do I use? I want the ability to capture in 4K. I'm not going to right away, but I do want the ability to do that maybe later. So what software am I supposed to use with this thing? I don't know. So I download both.
Both.
Okay? I boot up Game
with the W.
Capture HD, no capture device detected. Okay, let's boot up the 4K one. Okay, 4K, and oh, guess what? No capture device detected. Oh. So let's go ahead and let's restart the PC. So I restart, thinking maybe that'll fix it, right? I restart the PC. I come back. No capture device detected.
Oh my God, it's almost like you were dumb. Like you're dumb.
Well, is it even working? So I go into Device Manager. Yeah, it's right there. It's listed. It says, you know, Elgato 4K Pro. It's there. Well, then it's definitely working. So why isn't it working with the software? Okay, so now we're really... And
William Close, yes, I did. We actually hosted Thanksgiving here this year. So my father, my two sisters, their extended family all all stopped by, and then my girl's family came by, and we had a good one, man. It was a good Thanksgiving.
Really dicking around. We're trying to figure out, is it a different driver? Is it a different software? What could it be? Why would it? The thing is, I know I didn't damage the card in installation, because if I did, it wouldn't even show up.
That's not necessarily true. You can damage things, but they'll still pop up and be like, yes, I'm detected. But if there's something intrinsically wrong with it, yeah, it'll detect and then fail to function.
Like device manager, right? Like I busted the pins on this thing or something, it wouldn't even be there listed as an option. It would be like removed. So I know I didn't break it or anything. And Windows knew what it was and auto-installed the driver, so obviously it seems to be working. So what the hell is going on, right? Everyone's freaking out. And of course...
Everyone? Who's freaking out? And why does your hand look like a belly button right now? It's actually kind of disturbing. I don't like it.
Basically, I had to end my stream because I was out of time. You know, I was supposed to be ending early, and here I am, going late.
And the only reason why you got your fucking streak is because for three for three, you went late.
Trying to figure this out, and I can't figure it out. And by the way, for the record, yeah, both my wife and I were very frustrated last night. We were, because we wanted to have time. We had no time. Basically, I went downstairs, saw her for like 10 minutes, and then she had to shower, and we went to sleep.
Yeah, doubt. Okay, now he's late. Now he's late by at 2.5 minutes, which unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. I'm sorry. It just is. So let's keep going.
We spent no time together yesterday because I was here late with this bullshit. Okay, so this has to end. This being here late every night, it has to end.
It could have ended 3 nights in a row, but you didn't want to. The higher priority was for you to continue your streak. So your wife should probably take away from this. She is less important to you than money, which, goddamn, that's sad, son.
All right, I have to be able to spend time with my wife every day. I've had enough of this bullshit. This was a one-time thing because of these extenuating circumstances, this dumb PC. But I say dumb PC, it's not...
One-time thing? It was 3 times.
I'm not going to say it's a dumb PC. I'm frustrated. I'm venting, okay? And, but I can't be doing this every day, all right? So basically, I went to sleep frustrated and tired.
Well, I mean, going to bed tired is probably a good thing. Frustrated is... I don't know. You seem to be eternally frustrated, Phil. Like... about the smallest shit. So I can only imagine that when you go to bed frustrated all the time.
Because I was like, this is bullshit. This really is bullshit. I'm upset. I bought this nice PC. We hooked it all up. And now I can't get this capture device to work with it. And we got to get to the bottom of it. Okay? All right, hold on 1 second. The landscapers are outside, so I need to close my window. It's getting really loud in here. Hold on.
Landscapers are detractors.
Okay.
And there we go.
Okay, also I have some shout outs to do. I received a $3 tip.
I have received from
Jack Mayhoff. He says, let's go King. Gee, thanks a lot, Jack Mayhoff. All right, $3 tip there. Thank you.
Dead air.
All right, ready? Let's continue. Okay. So basically, oh, by the way, Mr. Jupel did a $2 super chat. Says, if I raise $1,000 on the stream, will I do a shirt rip? Mr. Jupel, you may be like a couple months outdated. I did a shirt rip. We already did that.
Okay, yeah, I got to talk about this point. If we raised $1,000, would you do a shirt rip? Who's gonna say no? Like, who? You're a streamer, right? You haven't done a face reveal, right? And someone asks you, hey man, if we get you up to $1,000 tonight, will you do a shirt rip? Who here isn't going to find a way to mask their face and immediately say, absolutely, yes, I will do a shirt rip for the $1,000 whatevers, right? Everybody is. Hold on. Finny, you opened my door. Why? Finny, go. 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 Good boy. All right. 2 seconds. Now I do have to close the door. Alrighty then. So, door's closed. Now, I know Vega hasn't done a face reveal. I haven't done a face reveal. But I guarantee you, I would find a way to not reveal my face, and I would rip a shirt, and hell, you guys could pick it. I really don't give a damn, right? This is actually the antithesis of Mr. Greed here. Like, this is an easy win.
I have a whole emo on Kick about it and everything. You're a little behind the times by about a month and a half here, but thank you, Mr. Jubal, for the $2 super chat. Okay.
My God. Check Discord. I didn't make these. Hold on.
I have received
Nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
I have received. Look out, there's a black woman coming. Ah! I have received. Oh my god, it's the ultimate pull! Ultimate pull!
I've received.
The Burger King Triple Whopper.
Wait a minute. Oh my god, he actually said that.
I've received.
The Burger King Triple Whopper.
Was that actually him? Oh my god.
So, I go to sleep last night.
We're now 6 minutes late.
I'm very frustrated. But of course, now I've got videos out there. I've got, people who are techies who I know. I've got moderators who I know who are into this stuff. So I'm like, I'm rest assured. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to have all my answers, right? 100%, I figured this is exactly what's going to happen. And that's literally exactly what happened, okay? Hold on, because I just overpoured. I overpoured my seltzer. I have to drink some of this before I spill it.
So, you couldn't do it yourself. You had to be handheld through setting up a computer, even though you say you built computer. Okay.
All these super chats are great. But remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Murano GC with a $5. The PC stream was painfully boring, but it's somehow impossible to fall asleep listening to DSP. Also, glad you had a good turkey day. Yeah, it was a good turkey day. Black Friday here has absolutely sucked because, like I said, it involved a lot of moving, and I'm pretty sure I pulled something in my left forearm because it is swollen as all get out and not in a good way. But oh shit. MRC, I've got that prepped for when he sips again.
Are you ready?
He's drinking wheelchair donations. Thank you again, Murano, by the way, for the $5.
Here's the big ultimate solution. Here's the problem, and here's why my capture card wasn't working. Are you ready for the drum roll? It doesn't work because...
Really? You had every chance to get this right. You had every chance to get this right.
That's the wrong thing. It doesn't work because the motherboard is a cheap piece of shit.
What? So you bought an inferior product. That's a you issue, you dumb prick.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Of course he didn't do anything wrong, guys. It was never his fault for not looking at the board, for not checking this shit. No, it's somebody else's fault through and through.
I have received...
Shut it!
That was sent by H-Bomb, and I love it. That's from that dude that does the like, he reads out texts and it's in like epic choir. I love that. I love those videos.
I installed it properly. I put the correct drivers in, but the motherboard on this PC is a cheap piece of shit. So it won't work with it. And you might say, well, I don't get it. Isn't that true? I mean, isn't it good? It's a gaming PC. You spend a lot of money on it, right? So you would think that the motherboard is good. You put it in the slot, and it's the correct slot.
Okay, there we go. Darkside Timmy is definitely on thin ice with this one. You bought the PC, so whose fault is that?
I express slot, right? Yes, except here's the problem. With these pre-builds, they tend to try to skimp out on certain aspects of it.
You mean they want to make money? No shit.
In order to cut corners and save money. This particular PC has an insanely good graphics card, a pretty good processor, a bunch of great cooling, good RAM, but they cheaped out in two spots. The motherboard and the standard SSD that it came with.
Wait a minute, how do you know it cheaped out with the standard SSD? What's wrong with that?
All right, so even though I have two PCI Express slots, they don't work right. They're basically incredibly underpowered, low-grade PCI Express slots. They're not meant for full-powered devices.
Where's your fucking source on this?
So I have two of them, and they're literally worthless.
Now, Ranter, this is the PC he said he outright has said he bought this one.
Like, they might as well have just removed the goddamn slots from the motherboard because they don't do anything. You can't plug in other things besides, like, you have the one graphics card. That's the full-fledged slot. The others are basically bogus-ass slots.
No, there is no way that's true. You cannot convince me otherwise. Phil is just an idiot.
That don't really do anything. Maybe I could put in, like, a USB expansion
card.
And that's it.
How the fuck are you 10 minutes late, dude?
But it won't do anything else, okay? So how fucking dumb is that?
And I still don't see him in chat.
Now, what's funny about it, people looked into my gaming PC because they were like, gee, maybe what you could do, because you may not be aware,
Oh, guys, we may not be aware. We're going to learn some shit here. Let's go.
The components in my new PC are almost identical to the components in my gaming PC. The graphics card is the same graphics card. It's a really good one. The processor is the difference. In my capture streaming PC, it's a Ryzen 7 AMD processor. In my gaming PC, I think it's an Intel i5. It's an i5 or i7, I don't know.
I am
but it's
the
an Intel.
pinnacle of male fitness. I can stand up from a chair.
Eden Prime. Oh, neat. He doesn't understand how PCIe works. And honestly speaking, so I've built PCs in the past, and when it comes to computers and stuff like that, I understand what each component does. But in terms of like this PCIe slot does this or is intended to do that or whatever, I'm out of my realm on that one. My forte comes mostly into the forensic side. So actually looking at raw hex and seeing what's what. So he doesn't understand it. He's purporting that he does. I would be of the mindset, you know, I don't know exactly how it works, but if I'm told, hey, this is underpowered, great, then that's a me problem. I didn't research it well enough. I'm going to have to try and solve for that. But thank you, Eden, for the 2.
Intel processor. That's like the only real difference. Besides that, they're almost the same
What up,
hardware.
Coyote Briggs?
So they looked into it and they're like, could you put the capture card into your gaming PC? And they looked into it and get what? No. Because
Why?
my gaming PC also has a lower end motherboard.
Okay.
Where I have a slot, but that slot would not work with the capture card.
Hmm.
So with both PCs, both of them, I can't install this internal capture card. So they're making gaming PCs today, pre-built, that have like top of the line stuff in them, but you can only use what's in them. If you want to expand, if you want to change or upgrade, you're very limited with what you can do. You can't really go crazy.
Glory Shark, don't. God damn it. Now I'm going to have to. You're a dick. You are such a dick. I'm not going to let that. I can't just not know what that says. Hold on. You dick. DSP sucks. Yes, he does.
I guess the best way, if you want a fully customizable experience where you can add stuff, you need to build it yourself. Now, I've already explained to you guys, listen, if this were 20 years ago and I were a younger man with more time and patience, I probably would buy all the components myself and I would build it live on.
Yeah, I didn't think there was such thing as an underpowered PCI slot. I didn't think so.
On stream, and I would, but I'm not. I'm 42 years old. I need to be able to
what?
You know, stream every day. I need to be able to make content, and I'm not a PC builder. I don't think anyone's going to care about me doing a series of streams building a PC. I don't want to do that, so that's why I'm stuck with pre-builds. Okay.
You're stuck with Okay, whatever.
Okay? Plus, I know for a fact if I did do it to myself, I would do something wrong and break something, and it would be very frustrating. All right.
Okay, so that means you don't know how to do it then.
I already have enough stress with the pre-builds that I have. Can you imagine if I was sitting here for 4 weeks? Okay, not 4 weeks, but probably like 2 days, building these PCs from scratch? I'd probably lose my mind. The thing is, I used to do it. I used to build gaming PCs. I felt it was very fun as a hobby. I had a lot of good times with it, but I don't want to do it today as a 40-year-old.
Yeah, and this is this has the I almost joined the military energy.
Okay, so basically, here's the deal. I cannot use any internal PCI cards.
What's up, Sean Swang?
At all with either of my PCs. The motherboards are shitty. In addition to that, I found out that the SSD, it's a 1 terabyte Kingston SSD that came with this PC, this Skytech PC, is crappy. It's slow.
What?
It's the slower version. What do they call it? Like NV2? So it runs at like 1 rate, but actually the Samsung SSD that I purchased, the 980 Samsung, runs at twice the speed. It's an NV3. So I was actually told
NVMe 3 versus NVMe 2?
What I should do is put all my capture stuff onto the other hard drive. Like instead of running OBS off of the operating system hard drive, I should put that onto the newer hard drive. It's going to run faster.
Well, not only that, it's just good practice to run the app off of the OS, or off the hard drive where the OS is installed, because if the OS were to fucking nuke out, you still have all your apps, you still have all your other shit that's on the sister drive. I mean, depending on what you're wanting to run, things of that nature.
So I probably will do that. What I'm probably going to do now, I'm going to uninstall the capture card. All right. I'm just going to return it, which is, thank God I ordered it off Amazon, because now I get a real easy return. All right. So that's no problem. I'll be able to return it very simply. No big deal and get my money back. I'm going to go into the PC. I'm going to uninstall everything. I'm going to uninstall all the Elgato software, the drivers. I'm going to uninstall OBS, because I did install OBS last night.
There's no way in hell he knows how to uninstall a driver. Not a chance in hell.
Just to test it, and the capture device wasn't working with that either. I'm going to uninstall OBS. Now I'm going to install OBS again, but I'm going to install it onto the expansion hard drive, because it'll run faster off of there.
Dude, you're talking about like less than 3 minutes worth of work.
Okay. So you might say, well, wait, what are you going to do? How are you going to capture? I've had enough. It just sucks because I really wanted to feel like I had the top of the line stuff, but I'm not allowed to have.
I wanted to. What? Whoa.
How are you going to capture? I've had enough It just sucks because I really wanted to feel like I had the top of the line stuff.
What is this? What? Oh my God, I wish Steve of the Dead were here. I need to understand what this is. Like, I wanted to feel like I had the top of the line stuff. Like, are you saying you wanted to feel like you were important, or that because you had the top of the line stuff, you were important, or you were successful, or why did you want to feel like that? Like,
but I'm not allowed to have that. I guess unless I spend an insane amount of money, I'm not allowed to have that.
no, you're not. You're not allowed to have the top of the line shit unless you pay for it, Phil. That's called the open fucking market. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Guys, it really bums me out because I drive a 2019 Tahoe and I wanted to feel like I had the top of the line, but apparently I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to pay for Tahoe, the price of a Tahoe, and get an Escalade. I'm not allowed to do that. That's what this sounds like. What is wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with you?
And I don't want to drop $2,500 to $3,000. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to get another external capture card. I'm not going to use the one that I'm using because the one that I'm using basically only does 4K 30. So 4K resolution, 30 frames per second. That's all it will do. I would like the ability one day to capture 4K 60. Okay, and I want the fastest speed, and that one's not the fastest.
I want the fastest, guys. I want the bestest and the most awesome stuff ever. I want it all. Okay, I want. Mommy.
The speed. It's a good capture card that I'm using right now, but it's not the fastest. So I have already purchased the highest end AverMedia external USB capture device possible. All right, it's the same brand that I'm used to using. It's not Elgato, it's AverMedia, and I'm used to using this. I know how it works in OBS. I've used their software before. I get it. I know how to get it to work. Okay, it's gonna do 4K 60. It's gonna do 1440p 120. Actually, I think this thing actually does 144, but I'm never gonna do 144. And then it does obviously 1080p 120. So it does everything.
Of male fitness. I can stand up from a chair.
Eden, thank you for the 5. If you wanted to feel that way, then why did he buy a pre-build? $1,500? I can spec this Steam PC, but be better than both the slot boxes he has. Yeah. But that would involve work. And obviously, his schedule is just so jam-packed with begging and doing nothing and talking about nothing and having hot takes about subjects that he knows nothing about. He's just booked solid, man. It's not like he makes his own schedule. It's not like he's his own boss. It's not like oh wait, no, those are all accurate. Ron Hiroshin, didn't he say he was going to stop with the spending? Fuck, I don't know. But if he did, even if Phil said, "Hey, I'm going to stop spending money," who would believe him? I mean, honestly,
I want. It's going to have all the features.
Wow.
The only bummer, it's going to be external. So once again, I'm going to have an external capture card sitting on the floor.
Oh, and why is it sitting on the floor? What? Why is your office so ghetto after 16 years, man?
We're sitting on right now. Mine is in the middle of the floor on a box. Okay, it's going to be a mess. There's nothing I can do about it.
Oh yes, there's nothing you could do. You couldn't find a better desk. You couldn't find shelving. You couldn't. Nothing you could do. No. It's your hands are tied.
It's frustrating as hell. But when you have a shitty motherboard like I have, both of these motherboards apparently are not very good. You're limited with what you can do. And someone made the point in chat, well, there's companies that you can pay and you tell them specifically what you want and then they'll build it.
Wow.
You're right. That's how I got my $3,000 PC that lasted me 10 years. I told them every component that I wanted in that PC. And I think the price tag started off like $2,200, but by the time they were done, they're telling me, oh, you need this, this is what's available. It ended up costing $3,000 after tax and delivery.
Okay, so
I could pre-build my PC. You're right. I could pre-build. I could get a custom-made, pick everything I want, and it would probably cost me around $2,500. And then by the time it got here, it'd be $3,000. Which I'm not. The whole point of getting this PC was getting a deal. This PC.
Okay, then you need to shut the fuck up when it comes to, you got the deal. Like, okay, when I got my very first like flat panel TV, right? Like my 40-inch TV, it was a Black Friday deal, and it was a good one, right? At the time, like, you couldn't get a flat panel TV for less than $800, right? And this one was going to be $400. And we got it home and we're all excited and everything like that. And I look at the side and they have 2 HDMI slots. That's it. Normally they were going with anywhere between 4 and 6 HDMI slots, or 4 at least, for those TVs. This one had 2. It didn't have a number of other features. It didn't have the ability, I don't know, maybe the fucking speakers were lower quality or some shit like that. But the reason why it was cheap was because there was less features. That's how that works. It's the free market. Why do you not know? You have a business degree, for fuck's sake.
PC used to be $1,900 and it was on sale this week for Black Friday for $1,500. So I got $350, $400 off the price tag because of Black Friday. That's how I was able to get it. I wasn't going to drop $3,000.
Yeah, guys, if you don't know, and you honestly think that Black Friday deals are when companies take a loss, and you do not understand the concept of inflating a price to reduce up the price, I really don't know what to tell you.
All these super chats are great, but remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Wesley H., thank you for the 5. A monastery full of monks will spend a week pounding ladies in a whorehouse before Phil stops spending. Also, the PC cost wasn't $3K. That's graphic. Wesley H., a monastery full of monks will spend a week pounding ladies in a whorehouse. I'm stealing that one, man. I'm stealing that. I'm going to use that in everyday conversation. Oh, is he on? No, he's just doing screens. Hold on. Nope, it's music. So he's only 22 minutes late. He's only 22 minutes late now, guys.
Dollars for gaming and capture, or streaming and capture PC. Okay. So, this just sucks.
Yeah, Zephon Myothis, the more he talks about business, the more he talks about money, shit like that, the more I'm convinced that, like, they just gave him that to get him out of the college.
That's what happened, you know? But it is what it is. That's life. You do the best with what you got. I'm not going to sit here and complain and be upset. The PC itself looks nice. It worked out of the box. It was easy to set up. The SSD worked. I can't use an internal capture card. I'm not going to cry and be a baby about it.
I don't know about that, Phil.
External is all right. Okay, and I got the best. I literally bought the best one that's external right now. And the thing is, technology will advance. This PC will be ready that if a new capture card comes out that's better, I could buy it, right?
What? No. No. I'm like, no. Just no. Here.
Why is there a boat here? Am I supposed to ride the boat to school?
That just seems apropos for this situation. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, excuse me, we did hit the tier 0 tips goal. Yet again, we have made Phil cry and seethe about hitting the tier 0 tips goal. Still batting 1,000. We are still perfect on that, so we're good there. Also, because it's a stream and I do have my stream deck in front of me, as is tradition, in the Canadian way.
Blood for the blood god! Skulls for the skull throne!
And if you don't get the whole as is the tradition in Canada, that's a South Park reference. I'm not actually in Canada.
If there's a new improved version of an external capture card, I could just get it and it will work with this PC. It's not.
Wait. What's going on? Same place as his resurgent. Isn't that what he just did? Wait, what? Hold on. Am I missing something? He literally was for near 2 hours. He doesn't stream tonight. Oh my God, the horror. Wait, he doesn't stream tonight? I'm so confused right now. I'm so lost as to what is going on in chat. But that's okay, because I'm just going to keep this going.
Like my old one where nothing worked with it. This one is up to the challenge of doing all modern stuff.
Okay. Oh, the Wendy's meal that I am going to eat for the reward is none, because I just had leftover Thanksgiving.
Okay, so it's coming tomorrow.
So you're welcome for eating leftover Thanksgiving as opposed to chewing loudly into the microphone.
It's actually coming overnight, arriving in the morning. I will have the new capture card for tomorrow. So
that is getting used. I don't know when. I am going to use this at some point. Paying the bills and felting the fills. That's too good, man.
If we want, part of tomorrow's Thanksgiving stream, we could actually plug it in and make sure it works, which I think it will. I don't think the average is going to be any problem.
Chili
I think it's going to work just like that. We can even do, for the first time, we can test 4K. We can actually test a 4K capture video and do a test, and see how it looks. We'll upload it to YouTube.
Who the fuck who wants to watch somebody do a test?
Does it have RGB? I have no idea. How do I know? Do you think when I was buying the external capture card, I wanted to check if it had RGB? I have no idea if it has RGB. Maybe it does.
Yeah, he did
all
chili
has bells and
earlier.
whistles now. Every single piece of tech has fancy shit all over it, right? Every piece. So maybe it actually has RGB and it'll sync with my RGB system. I don't know. What a silly question, though, right? Okay, so it is what it is. It's coming tomorrow. Perhaps tomorrow we'll test it, and that'll be cool to do it. Just think about, oh my God, think about this. Think about this. I didn't even think about this till right now.
Oh, how much do you want to bet this is going to somehow tie into money?
I'm going to have a gaming PC running a game at 4K.
Oh, no. I know where this is going already. He's going to start flexing on how many computers he has running right now. Watch.
That's going to be running into my new streaming and capture PC, which is going to capture it at 4K. But then I'm going to capture from that PC onto my current capturing gaming PC, which is going to broadcast at 1080p. It's going to be 3 fucking PCs daisy chained together in a setup.
Yeah, you should work for the government with that level of inefficiency. Oh, he's starting? Is he? Let's hear.
I'm excited.
Here we go.
Again for another episode tonight. Good variety of us to talk politics once again. 3.
Okay, there we go. Now we're paused. We're building up some skip juice because who the fuck wants to hear Phil at 1x? As a matter of fact, let's simulate what 1x would be like. This is why we're not looking at him right now.
Oh no. And that is true. Dio says the one thing I know about 1440p.
He literally sounds just shithoused at 1x. He really does. Like legit drunk.
Be used with the medium level of YouTube delay. 4K is the long one. One reason you may want to use 1440p.
Oh, tactical thaumaturge. Yeah, his power bill is probably through the roof. So I run a PC with, I don't know, 10th generation i7, 64 gigs of RAM, and a 2060 Ti. I have a T550 server downstairs. Then I have 3 1U servers downstairs. And then I have a QNAP storage device downstairs. 2 laptops, one for off-domain work, one for on-domain work. And our power bill went through the goddamn roof when we lived together. Like, by comparison to what my girl was paying for her power, we determined I would pay the mortgage, she would pay the utilities. She got the power bill, and she was like, no, you can fuck right off with this. What the fuck is this? I was like, what? It's just 5 servers. What's wrong with that?
I can tell you this right now. I will not be doing 4K anytime soon. I just want to test it. Like, I would like to test 4K and maybe test a 1440p video. Like, let's test the quality and put them on YouTube and see how they look. Just a tech test. That's all it would be, a tech test.
A tech test. A tech test. I've been asked for 0.7, so...
I have no plans to doing 4K. 4K is way too high bandwidth.
Oh my god, it's so way too high bandwidth.
It would take forever to upload videos after
Oh my god, he sounds so drunk.
4K. Like, even streaming at 4K and uploading, it would take too long. Right now.
Oh my god, I feel like he's about to tell me I love you, bro.
I'm filming 1080p 60 frames per second.
And yes, I do actually need the 5 servers. I run my own AD domain, direct, local. And then most of the testing I do requires anywhere between 6 and 10 virtual machines, and the storage there too. So the 3 1Us that I have are mostly storage. I've got one of them that's powerful enough to actually do some processing. The T550 is where my bulk load is, though.
But it's like 20,000 kilobits per second video. So the videos are very, very crisp and good. But to give you an example, after the stream goes offline at 4 p.m., I have a 2-hour break until I start my late stream at 6:15.
You get the Lululemon bill so she can open her mouth when I tell her to. Oh my god, Meth Bear. Jesus Christ.
If I set up to upload the podcast and the 3 gameplay videos, they don't finish. And that's not my internet, that's the bottleneck. It's YouTube.
No, it's not. It's you. It's your internet. Your up pipe is dog shit.
Ingestion servers have this very slow capacity.
Ingestion servers? Ingestion servers? It's a fucking storage repository.
Or even if you have really fast upload internet, it's just slow. They don't take the file fast. So,
Brother, I can upload an hour-long video in 5 minutes.
I can't even finish uploading my earlier stream videos before my late stream. Then I end up uploading everything overnight, and now you get 20 videos that go live at once, and it's all convoluted, and people get upset. So imagine now trying to upload I would be surprised if one single 4K video of an hour length would upload in 2 hours to YouTube. I bet it would. I bet with the file size, it would be astronomical.
No, he has no idea what he's talking about.
Huge, and they wouldn't even take the file. It would take like a fucking 6-7 hours to upload it. So I'm thinking 1440p. I'm thinking I'm going to stream 1080p 60 frames, 8500 kilobits per second.
No, I know ingestion is a thing. Like, I get that. I know we're building up skip juice. We're building skip juice. We've only got like 5 minutes left on this little bit. So
that'll be one process for the graphics card. I'm also going to stream probably around 1500 kilobits per second, 1440p or higher, 60 frames to YouTube. That'll be a second process for the graphics card. And then local recordings will probably be put to the GPU. And I think the CPU and the GPU and the CPU can do different codecs. Like Dio just said, he says you can
Different what? What in the fuck did you just say? Hold on, they can do Hold on.
the GPU and the CPU can do different codecs. Like Dio just said, he says you can now use the AV1 recording. That's a different codec than what I've been using all along, and that's smaller file sizes. That's true. So I can have like AV1 recording here.
You can AV1 recording on the new PC with the NVIDIA card will have smaller file size. Okay, so that's not a codec. That's a format, I want to say. Bro, Phil, not BSP. It's a 16-year-old YouTube that can't even upload an order. True.
The other codec for another. We can mess around till we figure out the sweet spot of how to record and get the best quality, the best file size, everything, right?
Dude, what's that video about the auto re-encabulator? Like it's so fucking funny.
There you go. Darren says, try testing the NVIDIA AV1 encoding tomorrow at 1440p 60 frames. It looks amazing with only 12 megabits per second. That's the benefit of AV1. Cool.
He has no idea what the fuck that even means.
Very nice. Now, for the record, we could possibly get this PC up and running tomorrow, but it's not ready to go as my streaming and capture PC. Why not? I have to migrate everything you see here, the whole layout, the setup, the transitions, the scenes, everything, and all the files that I have on this PC.
Dude, I'd start from scratch. Straight up. I would start from scratch.
See that I'm streaming from right now. I have to migrate all of that over to the new PC. And that's going to take a while. That's not going to be, oh, snap my fingers, it's done. That's going to be probably a lot of trial and error, a lot of messing around, a lot of, even if I output the OBS stuff and I directly input it into there, I guarantee we're going to have issues.
What do you mean output it and then put it directly? What the fuck are you talking about?
The files aren't going to be in the right spot, so I'm going to have to link every file properly. There's going to be conflicts and issues. I guarantee it. And then on top of that.
Yeah, do you not understand file paths are absolute? Like, people don't Dude, your computer, if everything is on your fucking F drive, okay, and you migrate over everything and you put it on the D drive, yeah, your system, if you import the settings from OBS, is not going to know that all the shit that's on the D drive was your old F drive, and to just fucking magically make that happen.
I also want to use my stream.
I got it. The retro encabulator commercial. So if you guys aren't familiar with what I'm talking about with terms of Technobabble, this is what Phil sounds like. We'll give you some love here. Hold on.
Here at Rockwell Automation's world headquarters, research has been proceeding to develop a line of automation products that establishes new standards for quality, technological leadership, and operating excellence.
That's max resolution.
With customer success as our primary focus.
Okay, let's get to the good shit. Hold on. Okay. Nothing this man says is real, but my God, is he convincing.
Being generated by the relative motion of conductors and fluxes, it's produced by the modial interaction of magnetoreluctance and capacitive diractance. The original machine had a base plate of prefamulated amulite surmounted by a malleable logarithmic casing in such a way that the two spurving bearings were in a direct line with a panametric fam. The lineup
None of this shit is real. I absolutely love this. We send this around in tech forums all the fucking time in WhatsApp groups because it is the quintessential Technobabble bullshit.
Stream Deck, which I've had for years and never been able to use. I'll be able to use a Stream Deck for the first time, and I'll set up scenes and sound effects and all kinds of stuff. Transition. Instead of doing this, look how cumbersome this is. Hey guys, I want to show you the Wendy's menu. Here you go. You see how cumbersome that was? Instead of just be a button. Hey guys, I click and we're already there.
No, first of all, in order for that to happen, you have to do a pretty heavy lift behind the scenes. Especially like you would need to know what your source is, right? So you could call it source 1, source 2, source 3, source 4, so on and so forth, and make the button be like reveal this source. But then you're going to have to manually map what you want that to be. So if you want this Wendy's fucking tab, right, to be your source 1, every time you boot, you need to change your source 1 to this window capture, right? So if knowing how you fucking show up late, if you have, let's just say you're going to do DSPolitics and you have 10 fucking things you want to source out, brother, you're going to be like an hour late at this point. Like, yeah. God.
On the PC, we can transition right to the PC, or we can transition between scenes. I can transition. This is something that I like to do. I can transition down to here. And it's right away. We're right. You know what I mean? Like, here I am.
Yeah. If you could just do away with this, that would be great. This is fucking grade school level cringe, and I fucking hate it.
We're ready to go. Instead of me fumbling around with scenes in OBS, I can just hotkey them to the Stream Deck. And that'll be awesome. So,
dude, he's gonna have so much fucking pain with the Stream
that's something I
Deck.
definitely want to do. All right, and the sky's the limit. Like, there's gonna be more stuff we're gonna be able to do having a modern PC. It's been 10 years, guys. Finally, I can be caught up with technology, and I can do everything
You could put those 10 sources on a notepad. That's true.
properly, and I'm excited to do so. I really am. Okay, so yeah, I know Master of Disasters is 3 PCs running at the same time. Is electricity free in the U.S.? I'm not going to be doing that all the time. It's just for tomorrow. And then after that, we're just going to be doing 2. I'm not going to be having 3 running all day. It'll always be the gaming PC and the capture PC. JDTV says, will the new capture card have VRR? Yes. HDMI 2.0? Yes. If not, why not buy the Elgato external capture card? No, the AverMedia has it. The AverMedia and Elgato both.
Okay, that's enough. I'm done with him. How far behind are we? Let's find out. All right, so we are... That can't be right. We're not just 46 seconds behind, but fuck it. Fuck it. Delete.
It is time for us to talk politics once again.
Okay, we're 10 minutes behind. We're in good shape.
As you know, I do not stream this on YouTube at all, and it's worked out pretty well.
All right, I'm going to boost him because he's a little low, but in boosting him, he gets really loud. So
far, I would say. I think that we have really enjoyed the show.
There we go.
Doing it the last couple of weeks.
What is this? I think we've talked about this before, but just what is this? This is bothering me. Is this Phil as Sonic taking a shit? Like, I hate to be him.
I'm a scat man.
But he looks like he's squatting.
I'm excited again for another episode tonight. Good variety of topics tonight, including, just listen to all these topics to cover in the next couple of hours. Tariffs that Trump is threatening to impose on Mexico and Canada and their reaction to them.
Oh, dear God, this ought to be good. President
Trump's cases essentially not being sentenced, and in this case looks like they're going to be thrown out, even though supposedly he's guilty of crimes. Also, the Prime Minister of Canada dancing at a Taylor Swift concert while his country is burning down. That's a good one.
Oh my God, what?
In addition, Jaguar, the car company, having an absolutely interesting new relaunch message that is being taken completely different ways by people around the world. And we've even got more than that, if you can believe it. If we have time, we can talk about inflation. And I definitely want to talk about PETA and some more celebrity opinions on politics this week. So we've got quite a good amount of stuff to talk about this week. I want to say thank you to everyone who supports this content, whether you're here live on stream and you support it via subs, gifted subs, or tips. All of which are great ways to support the content on this channel. Or,
hey, no shit, 97 viewers at Am I outpacing Phil? I'm outpacing Phil!
If you are someone who watches the clips that I've been putting out over the course of the week on my DSP Reacts channel and watches those and engages with them, or perhaps you're an actual member on the DSP Reacts channel and you've been submitting clips, stories, and suggestions for topics, I appreciate that as well. So, yeah, good stuff. Really, thank you all around. Keep in mind, this is just a normal stream for me, meaning I do have a goal of $150 that I would like to hit by the end of the stream between subs, gifted subs, or tips. Greatly appreciate if we could do that and keep our streak alive. We have 89 straight streams.
I don't want to make this about
hitting my sport goals and climbing. And we're already talking about this week 2 new exciting DSP tries and ideas. Either that triple Whopper challenge I wanted to do last week but couldn't do because the Whoppers weren't on the delivery app. So if they get re-added, maybe we'll do that. Or maybe checking out Popeyes, which I have not had Popeyes chicken in so effing long that I don't even know if it's the same, to be honest. That could be a good DSP tries it. So good stuff.
Give me money, give
By the
me
way, if you're
money,
looking for any of the videos from earlier today, none of them are live. I did the DSP tries. It ended around like 4:30 p.m. I got to uploading, and none of those videos completed uploading, which is what I've been telling you guys about these weird YouTube bottlenecks. Some days, it seems like the servers have issues, taking the files. They're just very slow. It's not my internet. It's YouTube itself.
It's not my fault, you guys.
So tonight, when I finish with DSPolitics, I will upload all of those videos. Okay? FYI. So.
FYI. Oh, so I gotta, if I can, and I'm sorry, we'll build up more skip juice this way. I have to take a moment to, first of all, give a massive shout out, and then also, fangirl just a little bit. I was told that Gundam was doing a stream, and he was covering Phil. So I start watching Gundam, and I was like, the dude has made me laugh I don't know how many times. So I'm gonna hit the boy up. And I think I gave him $15 for the super chats, $10. And I was like, hey, DSP, big ups to you. You're the guy who got me involved with Phil. And this is the flex, the fangirl a little bit. Gundam himself says, holy shit, the legend Broside Phil in the detractor community. I'm like, wait, what? No. He's like, I had no idea that I was the one that got him into Phil. That is so cool. And yeah, so I wanted to fangirl and be a little bit boastful there. I'm not sorry, but at the same time, I understand how absolutely pathetic this sounds. So I'm going to shut up and we'll keep going.
All right. So we're going to begin shortly. I want to say thank you, Darkside Pimp, just gifted 2 subs to the community, and that is greatly appreciated. Thank you, Darkside Pimp. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Making them our first contributor of the night, and $10 in contributions. Thank you so much there, everybody. Thank you for being here. I have no clue how it'll go tonight. The last few weeks that I've done this, it has varied greatly, but it seems like we have peaks and valleys with the viewership. Like sometimes
There's a SWAT officer who shot a chihuahua on a couch because he was in fear of his life. Okay, Meth Bear, chihuahuas are psychotic. I think we both know this.
the viewership skyrockets, and other times it doesn't. I don't know how we're gonna do. Honestly, hopefully, I hope that we'll get a lot of viewers tonight. I don't know how many we will get. Once we get started here, I guess we'll find out, right? But it should be a good time regardless. I hope you will stick around and join me for DSPolitics. We'll start in just a minute here.
I expect nothing, and I'm
Are we good?
still
Anyone have any
let
questions?
down.
Anything to bring up before we begin this week? Or shall we get into it? By the way, just a reminder, I'm not here tomorrow. Tomorrow is actually my day off. Normally, I would do DSPolitics on a Thursday night. I have the first 2 weeks, but this week, I had to do it tonight because yesterday was American Thanksgiving, which is why there's a schedule change. Next week, unless I am off on Thursday, which I might be, it'll be Thursday night again, but I can't promise you. My wife and I have to figure out our schedule for the week. I think the only day off that we can have together would be Thursday, but I don't know if she wants to go out that day or not.
Wait. Jack Sullivan, what did he say? Oh, what I said? I expect nothing, and I'm still let down? Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, quite frankly. I'm very confused about what's happening this coming week. Darkside Pimp with another gifted sub. Thank you so much, Darkside Pimp. I think these are targeted, like he's actually specifically giving them certain people here.
I don't think you can do that, but... please excuse me for just 1 second. Please, I'm sorry in advance. I just really fast. I have to do some math. Darkside Pimp. If you look here, gifted 1 subscription to the community. They've gifted 527 subs in the channel. That is $2,635 at $5 a sub. This motherfucker has dropped $2,635 at $5 a sub. That is an interesting fact that I wish I did not know.
Rather than just dropping the random bomb, I think he's trying to target people who don't have them. So that way, instead of it going to people who already have them and extending them, it's actually giving fresh ones out to people, which is very nice. So thank you, Darkside Pimp. Oh, I'm being asked, how is my stomach after eating the Wendy's from earlier?
Oh, dear God.
The DSP tries it. No exaggeration, I just unloaded. Let's put it that way.
Oh, yeah, Rebsy. He watched your video, gave you a personal shout out, brother.
And I'm feeling all right now. I think I'm okay. Unlike last time, over a decade ago when I ate that taco salad, I think that the veggies were actually fresh. So I think I'm okay.
They were
I think
fresh.
the problem was the combination of old veggies plus the chili and everything together killed my guts. But it's actually not feeling bad at all right now. I've only had to go once, and I'm feeling quite normal. It just sucks that the food wasn't good. The burger was bleh. The salad was bad because the dressing was disgusting. The chili was awful, and the Frosty was melted and tasted like butterscotch and not salted caramel. So it's like,
yeah, I was about to say, Meth Bear, there are better ways to spend $2,000.
Like, not exactly the most satisfying DSP tries that I've ever done. I really wish that I'd had something different, but what can you do, right? Oh,
you cannot be you and just eat what you want to.
hopefully next week will be much better, no matter what, depending on what we do. I guess we'll see. So yeah. Okay. All right, Maxwell Real says, first time I can stick around for a full episode in weeks. I'm pumped. Mark, how are you? He says, Wendy's chili looked terrible. Slayer's here tonight. Just can't wait for the show. Not sure if the suggestion got into the show.
And no, I did not meet Slayer when I was in Singapore.
Basically, I have your suggestion here, but it depends on time. Like, this would be one of the quick stories we cover near the end of the show. It's definitely not one of the big topics of the week, but I appreciate your suggestion. I always have like things on standby for this show that we can get to if we have time. So we'll see how the show goes. We'll see how long it takes for me to discuss each topic. We're late already? No, we're not. We're not late. I turned the stream on like maybe 10 minutes late, and we've been just
That's late. That's
chilling here. We're in no rush. The show's gonna run till around 9 p.m. ish Pacific time.
Hold on. Just no, I'm not gonna. I swear to God, it said 6:15.
Okay, shall we begin? I never know how many people are going to show up to the show, so I'm just going to start, and we'll see what happens. The first week we had a crazy amount. Last week we had a crazy amount. I don't know if we'll get that many or not. Keep in mind that I changed the date and the time of the show, so I don't know if that's going to affect things or not. I guess we'll find out shortly, shall we? All right. Without further ado,
Hey, what's up, ND Irish? Big ups.
I think it is time. Oh, wait a minute. I just received
I have received
a $10 tip from Mars Inhabitant. Justin Trudeau is a hunk and a national treasure. He can do whatever he wants with his time. Canada is number one. Well, there you go. That is completely incorrect, but, you're entitled to your opinion. Actually, I need to, here we go. I need to get the information for that $10 tip. Here we go. Here's what I think of Justin Trudeau. Here it is. Ready? That's Justin Trudeau. That's me. Watch what I do. And boom.
Okay. but you don't have any muscle mass on your body. You are literally bone and fat.
I like that animation. All right.
Gaming Guru, don't tempt me.
Very nice. Let's get that on the leaderboard before we start. All righty then. There goes your hunk. Doing a backflip. Anyway, all right. All right, shall we get started? Real King Michael says he got a DSP tote bag and he likes it. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that people are getting their merch and enjoying it. I know that there was a few weeks there where things were taking a long time. Everything was backed up, but apparently everything's back on track now. So, okay, ready?
Yeah,
All
sure.
right, guys, let's begin.
Okay, let's go. That one just bothers me. The one where he's in the tie and the cowboy hat. I don't know. Nope. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We're gonna skip as much as we possibly can here. I'm sorry. I'm not dealing with this intro.
Everyone, good evening.
There.
Welcome to the show. It's DSPolitics, here live exclusively on Kick on DSP Gaming Real. It is Friday, November 29th, 2024. Had to reschedule this week because of American Thanksgiving yesterday. I hope that you and yours, if you are American, had a great holiday.
So magically, by the way, I don't know if anybody just caught that. From him going from 0 to live, he just jumped 30 viewers.
I certainly had a good one. And now it is time to talk politics, my friends. This week, we've got a wide variety of topics. We do. We've got things concerning Thanksgiving. We've got tariffs. We've got sentencings that have been indefinitely postponed. We've got riots in the streets and people in charge dancing at concerts during it. We've got Jaguar going crazy with their company, which is wild, and just all kinds of stuff.
You can't afford Jaguar, so just be envious and shut up.
Really, good variety of topics to cover this week. I hope that you are here to enjoy. I certainly am.
No, you know what? We're here to not enjoy actually what we came for. The people who are actually watching it, they actually came to suffer. That was their intent. What the fuck are you talking about? Yes, of course, they're hoping to be entertained, Phil.
And FYI, the way that this works is about a 2-hour show, and we see how long we give each topic dependent, on the time period. Sometimes we have more time for certain topics, and other times we don't. I actually have some backup topics as well, just in case we go faster through one topic than another. It is an interactive show. If you contribute with a sub or gifted sub or a tip here tonight, I will shout it out and add it to the leaderboard. Our goal is 150, and we're trying to continue on with that streak of 89 straight streams where I've been hitting my goals. So if you like DSPolitics, please support the content here on Kick. I would greatly appreciate that. Also, keep in mind that I do not archive this show on YouTube at all. It is archived here on Kick, so if you missed some of the stream and you want to watch it back, it's usually live here for about a week as an archive. And I
don't worry, Raw Phil has it.
Highlight it, meaning I take like 5 or 6 important highlights and topics, and I clip them out and I upload them over on my DSP Reacts channel. That's youtube.com/@DSPReacts, so that you can watch them on demand over there in an ongoing DSPolitics playlist. It's done really well.
Vega, I am starting to sympathize with you. I want to go to bed.
Those videos are getting way more attention and views than anything that I put out on that channel in like the last year and a half. And I'm very happy for that. It gives the channel rejuvenation. It was just kind of sitting there stagnant with my old show. This show has really picked things up over there. Now, a quick reminder, if you'd like to actually be a part of the show and actually submit information and topics for me to review for the show that I might talk about, if you become a submissions tier member over on the DSP Reacts channel for $5 a month, you can submit as much as you want weekly.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
In a community post that I put up there on the channel. And let me tell you,
all these super chats are great. But remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Wesley H., thank you for the $5. Extra skip juice. This isn't a politics show. This is Phil's poor attempt at being a culture critic, but sadly he's too much of a hermit and a loser. Yeah, so I don't think I've actually heard a political take from Phil about this. Like, he'll give, like, hot takes, but nothing actually political. Like, he doesn't have any... This is where we should do this thing, and this is where the money should come from, and this is why it's good, and this is why it'll solve the problem. It's just him spitballing shit. And yeah, culture critic. It's, how do I put this? What would happen if Rush Limbaugh was less right-wing and 100 times more insufferable? There you go. And that ought to say something, because Rush Limbaugh himself was kind of insufferable. My dad was a huge Limbaugh dude.
Those have been topics that I've talked about now 2 straight weeks. I've picked certain things out. Sometimes it's a backup topic. Sometimes it's a main topic, depending. I will just say this. If you are going to do that, careful, don't be submitting 2+ hour videos. Someone submitted a 2-hour debate between 2 YouTubers. I'm not watching that. That's a waste of my time. I mean,
it's a waste of your time. Why?
If you want to link a news article or a topic for me to focus on, that's cool. I don't care about 2 YouTubers' opinions about politics. That's not what this is about. It's about my take on politics based on my experience and opinions, okay? Darkside Pimp has gifted us.
This guy just. How do you have this money?
Sub over on Kick here. So let me go ahead and add that. Already he's gifted 4 today. So thank you, Darkside Pimp, for the early support. I really appreciate that. This is the $30 out of our 150 total. And thank you guys so very much. I know we're on a different date and a different.
Oh wait, yeah, an insufferable Ross Perot. God damn, that might actually be a good comparison too.
Situation here. I don't know how popular the show will be tonight, being that I did move it around for the Thanksgiving holiday.
Oh, I liked his earlier stuff, Meth Bear, but then as he started gaining more popularity, he started saying a little bit more out of pocket shit, and I was like, maybe I should just listen to him and not tell anybody that I listened to him, but. When I was a kid, my dad really liked him. He got the Limbaugh letter. A lot of his takes I happen to agree with. Janet El Reno being one of them. God, that woman. I'm not saying I dislike or hate Rush Limbaugh or anything like that, but I know that towards the end of his career, he was starting to say some kind of out of pocket shit. I mean, not as extreme as probably what Phil would say. So that's why I said Rush Limbaugh, but 100 times more insufferable.
Hopefully people will join us. It's even earlier. Remember this week, I moved my streams much earlier. So,
if that makes sense. If it doesn't, my bad.
So knowing that maybe some people are, lagging behind, maybe we'll get some latecomers. I don't know. But anyway, I'm happy to share my thoughts on politics with all of you.
Why aren't we drinking from the Level 1 podcast mug?
So let's get started, shall we? All right. Our first topic of the night.
When did he go down to fucking hell? There was one I can't. Fuck no. I'm put on the spot and now I can't defend my own statement. Fuck. God damn it. Excalibur, I'm going to have to take a look into it. There was one aspect of it that I one thing either he said or did that made me go and reel, and I can't remember what it was to save my life. So you caught me. I said it and I can't remember it.
Would like to take a quick look at all of those cases that were leveraged against now President-elect Donald Trump. And what I mean by that is, if you remember, in the last year to 2 years, Donald Trump has been dragged through the mud a lot in court, basically out of nowhere. With perfect timing coincided with this election that just happened, Donald Trump started getting indicted for a whole bunch of stuff. Notably, the biggest one that everyone's talked about is that he had a hush money payment to Stormy Daniels, a porn star, supposedly for an interaction that they had years and years ago that he didn't want her to talk about during the last presidential campaign. Okay? And so basically he was indicted for that. Now, actually, if you look into the story, that's not the story at all. Story is Donald Trump, like many rich people, was basically trying to save money on taxes and or
wait, what?
Rigmarole the books so that he didn't have to pay as much money as he normally would have. What do I mean? Well, basically he had a lawyer, and that lawyer was paying money to various parties during this whole thing going down, and he wanted to classify his payment to the lawyer as something different than what it really was to save money on taxes and or fees or whatever it may be. That's not legal. It's basically illegal to do that. You have to classify your money properly in the books.
Really? This is coming from Mr. Tax Evasion himself.
So he was trying to maneuver the books, cook the books. But it's funny because all of the liberal media have covered this story as this is Donald Trump's big hush money indictment. No, it's not. He's never been indicted for hush money. What are you talking about? He's being indicted because he paid his lawyer a financial payment and called it something it wasn't.
He paid his lawyer a financial payment as opposed to paying his lawyer a non-financial payment or a gift.
It had nothing to do with that. So I don't know why all these outlets got away with calling it that when literally that was never the issue. Like Trump was never indicted for making a hush money payment ever. But that's what they all reported.
Okay. I'm still waiting for the fucking point.
Anyway, on top of that, there were things all over the place that people were trying to hit him with, all these lawsuits and issues, because they felt if we drag him through court during the election, the American people will not vote for him. Okay. Now, you might argue one way or another because it's like, well, did he do things wrong? Well, yeah. It's not a hush money trial. It's not a hush money payment that really he did wrong. But he did misclassify financial payments for personal gain. That is a crime. And Donald Trump, in my opinion, should be held accountable for any crimes that he's committed.
Dude, okay, so we're back. We've gone full away from right-wing grifting. Now we're back on the fence. Great. God hates me.
The problem with this is that we have an entire system, a governmental system, where the people at the top frequently do this. It's not just Donald Trump doing it. He wasn't the one bad apple. They all do stuff like this.
Okay, hold on. Let's get this clear. If this motherfucker is about to say, yeah, but, yeah, Donald Trump did it, but why aren't we going after the other people, right? Don't get me wrong. Totally an avenue of attack to run, but not an avenue of attack to run in terms of defensibility. So, Why are they only picking on you? Well, first of all, let's stop the line of query there. Did you do the thing? Well, yeah. Okay, then shut the fuck up. After you're sentenced, after you're handled, after all that, then we can go talk about those other people, okay? But just dissuading, well, other people are doing it, not a valid excuse, ever.
Constantly. The thing is, they all pat each other on the back. You know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. And they all just let it happen, and no one ever gets in trouble for it. No one ever gets investigated. No one ever gets indicted. No one ever gets into trouble for doing the kind of things that Donald Trump did. However, they did not want Trump to win the presidency. So they decided now will be the one time, the exception to their set of rules, where they're going to go after someone for a misclassification of a legal payment like this. So that's really what it was. Trump calls it a witch hunt. Is it a witch hunt? Not necessarily, but it definitely is an unfair use of the legal system where everyone else who's rich and powerful and famous or a politician can do this. But Donald Trump was not allowed to because he was running for president and people don't like him.
Has anybody here heard a source yet? Anybody?
So then they went after him. It really was politically motivated when you analyze it.
When you analyze, holy shit. Based on what? Phil, like, don't get me wrong. I get his point. I get what he's saying, but this is supposed to be a politics show. This is supposed to be, you should have this thought process because here are facts. Here's some outlying reasons. Here's some anything. Dude, this is more Fox News, CNN levels of you should think this way because we say so than Fox News and CNN.
Okay, so this week, man, did everything fall apart. All of Trump's criminal cases have basically had their charges dropped or they're completely derailed. Let's take a look at this by this article here in Forbes. Special counsel Jack Smith dropped the federal government's 2 criminal cases against President-elect Donald Trump on Monday, as Trump's state cases are already poised to be delayed for years as he takes office, underscoring how the ex-president's legal strategy to drag out his prosecutions for as long as possible ultimately kept him from facing most of his criminal charges.
Okay, well, that's already a slanted take, but okay.
Trump's election was a death knell for 2 federal criminal cases against him, as Smith asked the court to dismiss 2 cases against Trump in light of his pending inauguration. And Trump's criminal case in Georgia is expected to be postponed until at least 2029. Leaving Trump's New York conviction as the only charges against him that have been holding up, though his sentencing is now on hold potentially until after he leaves office. And Judge Juan Merchan is still weighing whether to throw out the verdict. So here's all the cases against Trump. We're going to just go through them briefly. I won't go into massive detail, but basically here's the ones that were against him. There was a federal election case. Trump was indicted in August of 2023 for trying to overturn the 2020 election. He was supposed to go to trial in March, but Trump said, hey, can we pause that? Because I might have presidential immunity. And then the Supreme Court granted at least partial immunity in July about that. And now, since the case was delayed till after the election, they feel like there's no way that this case will ever go through. He's already reelected as president. How can you try him for interfering in an election that happened before when the people have spoken? This is our leader. Okay? Federal documents case. Trump was indicted in June 2023 for allegedly withholding White House documents and obstructing the government's investigation into them. And while Cannon originally scheduled the case to go to trial in May, Trump filed a number of motions trying to drag out the case. What? And basically they slow-walked it. And now that basically he's elected.
They slow-walked it? What the fuck does that mean?
They're like, well, I don't think that this is really going to stick. So now it looks like the case has been moved to been dropped entirely. Okay? New York criminal case. This is the one we're talking about.
He's old. I want to say he's 70 plus, if not 80 plus.
Talking about. This is the big hush money case that everyone is talking about. All right? So it was the only one to go to trial so far. He was convicted in May of 34 counts of falsifying business records based on hush money payments made to it. This is all wrong. This is false.
Based on hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Okay?
The falsifying of business records. Okay? He paid money to his lawyer.
Okay?
That's it.
And?
It was not him paying hush money to Stormy Daniels. This is a lie. This is literally a lie. Again, we're reading an article that's a lie. This is driving me nuts because why is Forbes allowed to get away with this? Okay? There was a trial.
Oh, see, this is already going to go insufferable. I can tell.
About Trump paying his attorney money, and he said it was for one thing, but it was for another because he was trying to save money. He was basically trying to get out of paying fees or taxes or whatever it was on the payment.
Source this, you dumb brick. Forbes is lying. Forbes is lying. This frustrates me so much. Forbes is lying. Okay, prove it. Could you, you're saying that it's he paid his attorney and that's it. Great. Bring that article up. Bring that up. And yeah, dude, the judge could be biased about Trump. Don't give 3 shits, right? Whatever Trump did, if it was wrong, fuck, it was wrong. Hold his feet to the fire. I give 3 shits about that as well. In terms of like, people, oh, he shouldn't be held accountable. I really don't care if he is held accountable. If he did what they said he did what he said they did. So fuck it. But otherwise, it's rules for thee, but not for me. But my contention here is that Phil is making factual claims saying this is a lie. Yeah. Okay. If I'm going to be on stand and I'm going to say, no, the statement that was made prior to my testimony was an out and out lie, you had better believe I am going to have documentation coming out of every orifice of my body that shows, yeah, that person's a lying sack of shit. And I am going to be welcome to show it to you.
That's it. He was not being indicted for a hush money payment to Stormy Daniels, but read that. Just read that.
Okay, we've read it. You're saying this is Forbes said, Phil said. And guess what? As much as I don't really like Forbes because their website is actually a piece of shit because they fucking paywall everything, I'm actually going to side with Forbes here.
Falsifying business records based on hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Completely wrong. Literally false. How are they fucking allowed to do this? I don't know. This drives me insane that our media does this every single day. That is not the reason that this was being tried and that he was convicted.
Source this, please.
None of it. None of this at all is true. This is all bullshit. Okay? So, anyway, what happened with it? Well, here's what happened with it. He delayed his sentencing, which was scheduled for July. Merchant paused deadlines in the case after prosecutors said they needed to evaluate how the case would move forward in light of Trump's election. He ruled on Friday to postpone the sentencing while Trump tries to have the verdict thrown out on account of his election. While it's unclear when the sentencing would be rescheduled, prosecutors said before Merchant's ruling that while they don't want the verdict to be dismissed entirely, they think it would be fair to postpone the sentencing until after Trump leaves office. Essentially, he's completely immune to anything until he's not president anymore. And by then, is it really going to go through or not? Probably not. And then there's a Georgia election case. Trump and his allies were indicted in August 2023 for their efforts to overturn the 2020 election. While a trial date for Trump was not set in the case, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis asked for a trial to take place in August before Trump and his co-defendants asked for Willis to be disqualified from the case over her romantic relationship with lead prosecutor Nathan Wade.
Fani Willis and Nathan Wade? What names?
And so they ruled that she could stay on the case, but Wade had to resign. The case is still on pause while an appeals court considers the issue. So that's basically it. That's all of that crap. All right. Now, in truth, if this was actually done all properly, would it ever have even gotten as far as it did? It's a good question, because you might have heard a few things in there that were tossed around, such as, wait a minute, are you saying that the judge in one case was dating an attorney? That's not...
No, they were fucking. There's a difference.
Allowed? Well, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Basically, everyone involved was Democratic or liberal. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they were the only ones who were going after Trump. Like I said, this kind of thing that he did, misclassifying a payment to his attorney to save some money, is literally a commonplace thing that people of his stature, business people, rich people, politicians, they do it all day, every day.
And you're okay with that because that's illegal. Of course he's okay with it. He's Phil.
Okay. And no one ever goes after them for it, ever. Only Donald Trump, because they didn't want him to be president. So they figured they'd throw the book at him, right? So what's happened now is basically it's all over.
Okay. So, Phil, by your logic, because the trope is that Hollywood is chock full of, pedo rings, right? That, these high power actors go after children, right? If they were to go after a certain actor, I don't know. Does anybody know of an actor that's like extremely right? Ted Nugent, right? He's not really an actor, but he's a celebrity, right? Ted Nugent is as far right as one could possibly get, right? So let's just say, for the sake of argument, and I'm not saying this, okay? I am not saying this, but we're going to play a hypothetical here. Hypothetically speaking, Ted Nugent is found to have an affinity for youngins. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, an affinity for youngins. And they go after Ted Nugent for having an affinity to youngins. You're saying, okay, that because Ted Nugent is right-wing, that's the only reason they're going after him. And, since other people in the left wing do it, shouldn't Ted Nugent be allowed to do it too? Dude, this is the worst fucking argument you can make. Hands down. The worst argument you can make.
Like, there's really not going to be any further charges, it seems. At least, if anything, the most that's going to happen is he has to serve his entire term as president. Then after 4 years passes, they may or may not reevaluate and go back after him. Will they really go back after him? I don't know. Now, in this case, also, there's this guy named Jack Smith. Okay, this guy...
What a name.
...was the one who had a lot of these cases going after Trump. He was like the guy to get Trump, to nail Trump. Well, guess what? It looks like what he's going to do is file a final report, and he is expected to step down and resign before Trump takes power. So, basically, even the guy who was set to get Trump, get him before he gets elected, he's backing out and running away at this point.
Oh, you know all about that. Cry in the fucking bathroom, scream you're an alcoholic.
Trump's New York sentencing go forward. It's unclear. The judge has to decide. 2 of Trump's motions to dismiss the verdict against him because he claimed both his convictions should be thrown out because of his election and because of the Supreme Court's ruling giving him immunity from criminal charges. So it's not going to be decided until at least December 9th. But again, they're probably just going to rule that, hey, he's president now. We can't do anything to him until after his presidency ends, right? Will Trump get revenge against the prosecutors and judges? Now, that's an interesting question. Trump is about retribution against his political enemies when he retakes the White House, and has singled out Smith as someone that he wants revenge against. It's Jack Smith, who we just talked about, threatening to deport the special counsel even though he's not an immigrant.
What?
That's great.
If that's true, that's like just fucking weird.
I'm going to deport you, but I'm not an illegal immigrant. I don't care. I'm going to deport your ass anyway. Others involved with Trump's cases he's attacked include Carol, Merchant, and Willis, as well as New York Attorney General Letitia James and New York Judge Arthur Engoron, who brought and adjudicated the civil fraud case, respectively. On the flip side, Cannon may be rewarded by a future President Trump, as he's repeatedly praised the judge for favorable rulings she's issued in the documents case. So, let's be honest here, all right?
Oh, shall we, Phil? Shall we? Let's hear your honesty.
Let's be very shockingly honest here. I'm going to tell you guys, some. I don't like Donald Trump. I've said this before. I actually feel like Donald Trump is a guy who's very crude, who is not necessarily always under self-control. And that's a problem.
Really? Are you sure that that's a problem? Because you not having... Oh, hold on. I'm going to make sure I get this right.
Very crude, who is not necessarily always under self-control.
Test me, bitch. Test me, bitch. Test me, bitch. Test me, bitch.
Okay, we're just making sure you don't like Donald Trump because he can't control himself.
Test me, bitch.
All right, we got that.
And that's a problem. If he's supposed to be the president, he should be under control, right?
Test me, bitch.
Hey, the thing is, a lot of people around the world get it. He's kind of a blowhard. He's big, loud-winded, right? He makes these mean tweets and stuff like that. And
test me, bitch.
They get it. But there are people out there. I mean, Putin or,
God damn it.
North Korea or China, they may be very angry if he says something that they feel is over the top, too over exaggerated, too over blustering. And I do feel like, sadly, if he doesn't tone down his rhetoric in the second presidency, people are going to use that against him constantly.
Of course they're going to use it against him. Movie sign. Thank you for the 5. Don't know why it's not triggering. Hopefully it will here in a minute. Jack Smith sounds like an alias we'd give a CI. I know, right? So like John Smith, Jack Smith, John Doe. Well, hell, movie sign, Methberry, you guys know, especially when they start using first initial, last initial, that's always a kid. That's never fun. So, Lord knows, JS is his name. That's who it is.
The thing is, a lot of people like that about him. They like the fact that, unlike Biden, where Biden carefully chooses his words, careful about...
He carefully...
All these super chats are
There
great.
it is. There it is.
But remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Thank you again, movie sign, for the 5.
Trump doesn't care. He's just a normal guy like us. If he gets angry...
He's a normal guy like... brother. And
he blows his top, right? But is that necessarily the best to be a world leader? We've had him as a world leader for 4 years. And based on that initial 4 years...
Lulu, stop. I love knowing that fact, but at the same time, stop. You're going to give me a big head. Data-late.
I definitely think that this next 4 could be interesting. Let's just put it that way, all right? For good and bad reasons. The thing is here, do I think that Trump should have gotten away with some of the things he did? The one thing that he's been convicted...
Dude, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, the Biden carefully chooses his words. Finishing the speech. End quotation. Wait, what?
In a court of law, is that he falsified documents essentially to save some money, right? Should he get off for that? Honestly, no, I don't think he should. I think he should serve his presidency, and then they should go back to it, and he should get in trouble for doing that. Now, what's the penalty for that? He falsified some documents.
Wow, look at that. Phil has less of a like an opinion, or doesn't think that falsifying some documents like bankruptcy records is really that big of a deal. Who could, guys, this is a shocker. It's a shocker for me.
To save money. I don't know. Is it jail time? Is it just a fee, a slap on the wrist, whatever it is? He should be the same as everyone else. He should be held accountable. All right. However, it shouldn't just be Trump. It should be everyone is held accountable for what they do. Not just, oh, Trump was the one they focused on, which is exactly what's happened here. Trump was the one they focused on to try to stop him from being elected. That's bullshit. Everyone should be held accountable for their actions in life. And
you really want to take this position, Phil? Really want to take this position? Everyone should be held accountable for their actions in life. Of all people to take this stance, this may be your crown jewel of regardation.
Everyone should be held to the same standard of justice in the U.S. justice system. If not, if there is preferential prosecution and preferential treatment, that means the system is broken and completely unfair. And we're supposed to be living in a country where everyone has equal rights, everyone gets treated equally. That's not the case with what just happened with Donald Trump.
Phil, you have a whole bunch of people who want to give you equal rights and lefts.
If he's going to have all this go through, it has to go through for everybody else, all right? Now, I'm sorry, but let's be honest here. In the U.S. government, constant favoritism, constant levels of people getting away with stuff. I'm just going to give you one easy example.
Okay.
Nancy Pelosi is the best investor on the planet, supposedly, okay? How is Nancy Pelosi the best investor?
Fitness. I can stand up from a chair.
Aussie Turtles, thank you for the Australian 2, says, just like you, Phil, my boy. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. Oh, that's why chat disconnect. I was like, why didn't that show up so late? And then I realized I had to chat disconnect, reconnect. So my bad. But thank you, Aussie Turtles Gaming, for the Australian 2, brother. Appreciate it.
Planet. She and her family invested magically in NVIDIA, a company that does graphics cards and things like that, right before NVIDIA had a huge breakthrough in AI, and she made an insane windfall of profits.
Yeah, dude, it's insider trading, and it's almost impossible to prove. Straight up. Okay, so insider trading, those that don't know, insider trading is if you have a coworker or you have a friend who happens to work at some place and they say something like, man, we're getting ready, in this case, we're getting ready to, you know, make an AI breakthrough, right? That's insider trading, casual conversations. Okay. Now, here's the problem. I am going to do insider trading. I'm going to call Nancy Pelosi and I'm going to say, hey man, we're about ready to have this happen. Okay. She invests heavily. Boom. She makes a whole lot of money. Prove it. Prove she didn't talk to her financial analyst who said, hey, I've been hearing that NVIDIA is, you know, they're the stock to buy. Okay. Well, buy me thousands upon thousands of shares of NVIDIA. Oh my God. She made a lot of money. Yeah. That could be attributed to insider trading. Someone's going to have to narc. Okay, that's how that's going to have to happen. Someone is going to have to come forward and say, I gave Nancy Pelosi information. Okay, Phil, on the other hand, just says, oh, she made lots of money. That means it's insider trading. Brother, you do not understand the element of or proving a crime beyond a reasonable doubt, and it's quite apparent.
How the fuck did she know to invest in NVIDIA at that perfect time when no one else did?
Yeah. A fiduciary to the company as well. Yeah.
You expect me to believe it was dumb luck? Of course not. She's in the U.S. government. Someone tipped her in. She's rich already. She invests her wealth in it. Boom. Makes tons of money. Now, is anyone going to investigate Nancy Pelosi?
Do you have any idea how hard that investigation is going to be and how likely it's going to net zero result, thereby wasting taxpayer dollars left, right, and center? No, shut the fuck up, Phil.
For insider trading?
And to be clear, I fucking hate Pelosi.
Despite the fact that all the evidence is there? So if not, then why does everyone go after Donald Trump for stuff? Why is, you know what I mean? That's bullshit. It's either you go after everyone or you go after no one. Now, we cherry pick. We decide.
Brother, do you have any idea how much fucking manpower, how fucking strenuous a criminal investigation is? Of course you don't. You've never actually conducted an investigation in your life that you actually have to sign your name to as, I swear this to be true and accurate to the best of my knowledge. And if I'm wrong, you can come after my ass. Okay, so you have no idea. But here you are talking about, oh, they cherry picked this. Like, you need to have a dog in the fight to talk about this shit. And you don't, Phil. You just don't.
Get a case-by-case basis who we like and don't like at the time to go after. If that's the case, all of us should be worried. God forbid, but what happens if you upset your government? What if you upset the government? You said something. Right now, I could say something on the show that pisses off the U.S. government.
No, you couldn't. You are a peon. You are a nothing burger. You fall under Popo's pecking order to the U.S. government. Okay? They don't even think about you.
All of a sudden, they could try to nail me to the wall with legal proceedings because they just don't like me right now. But everyone else could be doing exactly the same thing as me, but then they're okay. Is that fair? Is that a true legal process? No, that's completely unfair. That's preferential. That's messed up. If this is the case and this is how it's going to work in America, I'm sorry, we need to tear the system apart from the ground up.
Oh, please let someone take this as inciting a riot.
Enough with, oh, this person gets off, this person's fine, but this person gets nailed, this person gets treated differently. Enough is enough. I've had enough. It's just not right. That's not what our country stands for. That's not how our country should be. It should be equal treatment for all. And the truth is, I don't like Donald Trump, and I do feel that if he actually did commit those crimes, okay, he should be held accountable for them. But then everyone else should as well. And that means, quite frankly, a sweeping up of our government, because I guarantee you, if all those people got investigated for their things that suspect that they did wrong, half of them would be in jail right now.
So would you. So would you lying sack of shit.
No exaggeration.
What's up,
They're all doing it, but they all get away with it because, again, it's pat me on the back, I'll pat you on the back. We all overlook what everyone's doing as long as we stay ahead. And we
This person gets nailed. Diddle-diddle-date. Here
stay
you
in
go.
power.
Here you go,
We
Vega.
stay rich and we control everything. It's all good. But hey, you better watch it, because if we do something we don't like, we're going to come after you. No, that's not America. That's not how the system was set up. That's absolutely not how.
Hold up. Wordplay Dojo. Don't know if I've seen you before. Welcome, brother. Or sister, depending. The vast majority of elites are corrupt within certain bounds. They exploit the laws they've written. Trump went way beyond those boundaries, which is why he's been investigated and prosecuted. Yeah, maybe. It very well could be that.
How it should be. Just because you're rich or a senator or someone who owns a corporation, it doesn't mean that you should be immune to the system. That's not how it was ever designed, and it needs to be overhauled. We let those people, those grouping of people, have way too much power over us. I mean, they call them the 1% for a reason. They literally hold on to most of the wealth, and it's 1% of the population.
Phil, I kind of want to see your bank records, okay? Because you're talking a lot, and you seem to forget your place.
And they're just immune to anything, right? They fail up constantly, and they can never be at fault. And
Dude, really? They fail up constantly? Explain the last 3 years of your fucking life. Explain the last 16 years of your life.
We're getting in trouble. No, enough is enough. You're going to go after Trump. Everyone should go after them as well. That's just fair. Okay. Thank you. That's the first story of the day. Finish that one up.
Oh, thank God that one's over.
I remember that we talked about it. Okay, a couple shout outs. Darkside Pimp gifted a sub, so I want to be sure to catch that. Thank you, Darkside Pimp, for the gifted sub. Somehow lost my leaderboard. There it is. He's up to 5 gifted subs tonight. Thank you so much, Darkside Pimp. And I just received a $1 tip here.
From a troll. Come on. From a troll.
It's just a troll, so I can just ignore it.
Yes!
Very nice. Okay, real briefly, I am going to close my window partially because actually it's getting quite cold here tonight, so bear in mind with me here for a second.
Nancy boy.
Ooh, temperatures are dipping around here. It's winter is approaching quickly. Hui. Yeah, there you go. Darkside Pimp with a quote. He says, "It's a big club and we're not in it." George Carlin, exactly. Where it's this upper crust, this upper class, the 1%. They get everything. They get away with everything. They control everything. But we get treated differently. They get,
Us, we, I'm the one who got killed. You're fine.
they get the pack.
Dude, I hate to tell you this, Phil. So I did some research back in the day, or I keep an eye on it. If you make 6 figures in the United States, you're in the top, I think you're in the top 8% of earners, especially if it's single earner. So not household earnings, but just a single earner. You make 6 figures, you're like in the top 8 to 10%. Like your tax bracket, where you are, you're the elite in terms of financials. You're not like the elite. You're not the top 1% of 1%. But brother, it's like that bitch that was like tax the rich. The OK Boomer chick, right? She was after she did the OK Boomer video, she said something like, "Oh, we should tax the rich." Then somehow it got leaked that she either had made over $1 million or she had $1 million deal, and so somebody posted to her and was like, "Hey, you said tax the rich. Does that now include you?" And she said something like, "But I'm not rich." It's like, okay, well then I guess maybe Phil and everybody else who says this shit, tax the rich. Please define rich. Right? Is it billions? Is it, trillions? Is it, and not only that, does it have to be liquid capital? Does it mean investment properties? Does it mean investment capital? Does it mean what? Define rich. And if you can't define it, then shut the fuck up. Because I can't define it. I don't know what the fuck rich is. I don't. I know. I mean, I see somebody driving around with, in a fucking Lamborghini. I immediately think, wow, they're rich. I don't know their life, but I mean, that's my thought. Maybe Lamborghinis. Lamborghini should be the measure. If you own a Lamborghini, you're rich.
That's right. And if anything, that's what this Trump indictment exposed that our system is corrupted and is doing these unfair things, and that it needs to be fixed. Okay.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
So I hope that you guys are enjoying. That was only our first of many stories here tonight. Let's continue on, get right into the next one. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, President-elect Donald Trump, following along with this line of subject matter, is threatening to levy some tariffs against our neighbors in the United States, both to the south with Mexico and to the north with Canada. And
oh my God, he didn't get those wrong. Good job, Phil.
This has stirred up a lot of discussion and a lot of controversy this week, notably not only among people just, talking about politics, but among the world leaders of Mexico and Canada, respectively. So let's take a quick look here at what actually is going on with this whole tariff discussion. So basically, Trump is laying the groundwork for a trade war, or so it seems. So there's 50 days left till Trump takes office, but he's basically saying he's going to sign an executive order placing a 25% tariff on all imports from Canada and Mexico, along with an additional 10% tariff on imports from China and a purported retaliation for drugs and migrants crossing U.S. borders. Although the president-elect promised to issue universal tariffs on the campaign trail, hitting all the goods imported from overseas, these are specifically targeted at the U.S.'s 3 largest trading partners.
Okay.
Trump said he will sign the executive order on the 20th of January, his first day in office. So what the tariff is very simple, okay?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Do tell.
Tariffs are taxes. Anyone who's going to send their product into our country and try to sell it here, well, he's going to put a tax on it to make it more expensive for them to do that. And basically that tax goes right to the government, and the government gets to keep that money and use it for whatever it wants. So why would Trump do that? Well, there's various different reasons why. Maybe he just needs the money, and our country is in an insanely huge financial deficit, so this would obviously help our budgets. But what he's essentially saying is he feels that these particular 3 countries, Canada, Mexico, and China, are responsible for a lot of bad things happening, whether it's drugs, crime, illegal immigrants.
Yeah, Drax, yes, exactly. Poutine. Who asked for poutine? It's a bastardization of biscuits and gravy. I'm just fucking with y'all.
And by putting these tariffs,
I love my Canadian brothers to the north. And even if I didn't love my Canadian brothers to the north and I said, fuck you to my Canadian brothers to the north, I know that my Canadian brothers to the north would say, oh, we're sorry. We didn't mean to upset you. Unless, of course, wartime were to be declared. Because Canada's scary when it comes to wartime. They define war crime.
In place, this is going to tell them, hey, clean up your act, because if you don't, we're going to keep these tariffs in place, and it's going to make it very expensive for you to do business in the United States.
It's actually going to make it expensive for the, citizens, I think, but whatever.
The funny part about this is that this article says who pays for tariffs. The truth is, it is those countries that will pay for tariffs.
No.
Okay? However, the end result is that sadly, most of the time when a tariff is imposed, it's the people of the country where the tariff is imposed that get the shaft.
Bingo.
Meaning, for example, I'll give you an example here. Let's say that we import car parts from China. All right. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying, let's assume we import car parts from China. Let's say right now, to get a particular car part, it's $25. But now Trump is going to put a 10% tariff on all products coming in from China. So that means they have to make less money on the sale. So what happens is the company selling it just raises the prices. So now when you go to buy that part that used to be $25, now it's $28. So actually, even though the tariff is in place, you think, oh, that's really going to put a stranglehold on the country. In reality, it's the consumer at the end of the line that ends up paying that tariff. Do you see?
Yeah. So the ideal design, as I understand it, is since the end customer has to, or since the manufacturing country has to increase prices, it incentivizes to buy local. That's what it's supposed to do. Whether or not it works, well, you can go back to the Great Depression and see.
Now, here's the thing. That's actually not what's supposed to happen. Okay, the intention is that you do put the choke on the company, and the company says, oh, crap, we need to make more profit, so we better do the right thing so the tariff will be removed. But for some odd, bizarre reason, we allow this to happen. We allow these companies to raise their prices, and when they do, we pay. And
what do you mean we allow them to raise their prices? Bitch, there is nothing we can do to stop them.
That does confuse me, all right? Because last time I checked, we are in a free market. Like, you're not forced to buy the
pinnacle of male fitness. I can stand up from a chair.
Michael A before E. Are there tariffs on tips? I'm just curious. Are there tariffs on tips? That's too good, man. Thank you, brother, for the wait a minute, did I see that? Canadian 279. Thank you.
Chinese car part. You could buy another car part, correct? You have the option.
We'll call it 3.
When you go to the store, I could buy this one, or this one, or this one. But herein lies the rub, folks. Here's what's happening in the United States that you don't realize. We actually don't have choice anymore. Right now, I guarantee you, if you go to the store and you have something, the Chinese part, there's probably 3 options, and they're all made in China.
Okay.
Wait, what? There's 3 completely different companies making this product, and I can buy this one, or this one, but they're all made in China.
Yeah, because the manufacturing costs are lower because they can treat their workers like literal slaves.
So do I really have a choice at all? No. No matter what part you buy, if the tariff goes into
Toonie and loony.
place, you're going to pay it. How did we get this way? Well, we got this way very, very sadly because everyone started going for what's the cheapest, what's the least expensive, what's the biggest deal, how can we cut a corner, how can we save?
This motherfucker just got done talking about how he wanted the best computer that he could get for the best deal, that he went on the Black Friday sale and it was $400 off, and so he wanted it that way, and now this you gotta be kidding me, dude. Just fucking buy a mirror. Buy a fucking mirror. I am begging you.
Is money. And we could sit here and talk about the economics of this all night long. It's corporations getting greedy and saying, hey, we're just going to buy the cheapest components to build our products because it saves us money, right? I mean, when we're talking about car parts, these tariffs would probably affect American car makers in a huge way because guess what? They buy all their parts from other countries. We don't make anything here anymore. So to save money, we started buying parts from everywhere but the U.S. What happened?
Oh my God. 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 I have to find it. I have to find it. I know who Phil is. I know who Phil is. Oh, what is his name? There he is. There he is. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm so excited. This is Phil. We've got it. Oh, God damn it. That is way too tiny. But fuck it. You guys understand what they took our jobs. They took our jobs. That's... They got the goddamn jobs being sent overseas. They took her job and took her. That's who fucking Phil is right now. He's the fucking backward hick in fucking South Park. I took a job.
Is all those jobs, those manufacturing jobs of making those parts went away. I used to live in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Okay, Bridgeport, Connecticut used to be an industrial center. There were factories building components for machines, for products throughout the entire city, and the entire city was employed because of it. And then what happened was these corporations said, "Oh, wait a minute, we can get cheaper labor."
I felt that appropriate.
And cheaper parts if we go international. So they all did that to save a buck. And you want to know what happened? They closed down.
They took your jobs.
All the manufacturing in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and there is none left. What there is a giant district of the city of abandoned buildings that used to be factories. And they haven't done anything with them.
Drax, I get it. They did. Right? When the market demands lowers and lower and lower and lower and lower prices, eventually you're going to run into this.
Just leave them abandoned. And now all the businesses have left Bridgeport and none of that exists. So what happened was we let these companies start dictating how our business and our economy was going to work by saying we just need to save as much money. We need to make the maximum profits, not care about employing our own people in our country. And this is how we got this way.
They took our job.
Okay? Because what I'm hearing this week is I hear about the Trump tariffs. Trump doesn't know what he's talking about because of these tariffs.
Oh no, Phil's outpacing me now.
No, Trump does know what he's talking about. Okay? What Trump is going to try to do, he's going to try to leverage tariffs to get these countries to do what he wants in the best interest of the American people. For example, if you go to a related article over here, basically what's already happened is that Trump had a conversation with the president of Mexico and said to her, listen, if you don't stop these caravans of immigrants from rolling across our borders, I'm going to hit you with a 25% tariff. I don't care. And she apparently in the call with him said, okay, I get it. This makes sense. We will have to stop it. Now you might say, wait a minute. Why would she say that now, but not in the last presidency of President Biden? Because President Biden's policy was open borders.
Okay. No, but okay, whatever.
So because he had open borders, why the hell would the president of Mexico
Phil ordered the Sikorsky parts that killed Kobe? Oh my God.
Mexico care about caravans of Mexicans rolling towards our borders and trying to get in our country? He wouldn't. At all. The president said it was okay. So, of course, there's no stopping it, right? But now Trump is saying, we're shutting that down. No more open borders. No more of this crap. Instead, we're going to have a legal process to come in and become an actual registered citizen. We're not going to let these people jump over the border.
I don't think any of this stuff was actually stated. Phil, I don't believe you.
Anymore. So, now Trump calls her, and apparently in the phone call, she said to him, okay, I agree to this. We're going to work together, and we're going to stop these caravans of immigrants from hitting the borders. Trump goes and tweets out on his Truth Social. I say tweets out, but it's his Truth Social he posts up on all the time. It basically says, here you go. Mexico will stop people from going to our southern border effective immediately. This will go a long way towards stopping the illegal invasion of USA. Thank you. Okay. So this is what I mean about Trump being kind of a loudmouthed blowhard and why I don't like his leadership style in this regard. If he just kept his mouth shut about this agreement,
Test me, bitch.
it probably would have been fine.
Test me, bitch.
But what Trump does is he has to immediately run, whoa, look what I did. Look what I did.
Test me, bitch.
Hold on. Just give me just a second.
It probably would have been fine. But what Trump does is he has to immediately run, whoa, look what I did. Look what I did. It's like running to your parents with the report card and saying, look what I did, Mom and Dad. Put this on the fridge. Give me a golden star.
That's you. That is you. Guys, look at my setup. Look at this gaming PC. Look at this gaming PC. Look at my PlayStation 5 Pro. Look at the resurgence I'm having. People like me, Mom. Mom. People like me. Okay. Hey, Craig. I wish I was making this up. Craig, I don't know if you've noticed, people like me now. Mommy, people like me, Mommy. This is you, Phil. You colored in the lines and you want your fucking coloring page on the fridge so the neighbors can see. Buy me a Wolverine doll, Mom.
He's a world leader. He doesn't need that recognition. I don't know why he's desperate for it.
Oh my God. He's got to be fucking with me. He has to be trolling me. So
he opens up his mouth, and what ends up happening, the president of Mexico says, oh, I never said that at all. In fact, in her over here, she basically says, I never said that. Oh, and by the way, if Trump does hit us with tariffs, all right, all we're going to do is we're going to hit them back with tariffs. Now, apparently from what she's saying, whatever the products are that we get from Mexico, which I'm not familiar with, again, I'm not an expert on these economics or anything like that, she's basically claiming her government could kill 400,000 U.S. jobs and drive up prices for U.S. customers if she just decides to issue her own tariffs. Now, I'm going to be honest with you.
I can stand up from a chair.
Thank you, Lunar Guardian, for the two. Mom, Mommy, Mom, Mom, Mommy, Mom, 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 Mama, Mama, Mommy.
I feel like this is a gross exaggeration. I don't think that our world would end if products that we got from Mexico all of a sudden had a price increase.
Brother, you don't know how much we get from fucking Mexico. Holy shit.
But the question is, what are they sending us? Are they sending us components to manufacture something? Like, we don't know, right? Off the top of our head. I don't know. So, yeah.
Yeah, I know you don't know. You're dumb as a fucking brick.
It is kind of annoying because we're involved in this. Like, basically, Trump wants to do what's best. He doesn't want these immigrants jumping across the border, right? He does what he thinks is right. Like, what's he going to do? I'll impose tariffs, okay? Immediately, he has to open his mouth and blab about it, which is stupid.
This is coming from... I can't... He goes to bed every night not realizing what he's saying is him.
Which then makes her say, oh, I didn't say that. And by the way, I'm just going to get him back with more tariffs. So now we're in a war of words, which is so stupid. You don't need it. All he had to do was be quiet. But he had to open his big blabbermouth, right? So now, this is also going on with Canada, all right? But what's funny about this is, what really is going on with Canada and us? Like, I'm not aware of a war on drugs where so many drugs are coming across the border. I'm not aware.
Oh, them Canadians, eh? They know how to inflict war crimes on people. Like, terribly, eh?
That we have a bunch of illegal Canadians.
And they're sorry about it. They're going to be very sorry about them inflicting war crimes on you. But,
Canadians that are rushing our
they're going to inflict war crimes on you.
Our country or anything like that. I think...
All right, Oleander, have a good one.
Trump is just trying to flex a little. He's like, listen, I'm back. Daddy's back. And because I'm back, now you got to listen to Daddy. And Daddy says, you're not going to mess with us. It's this simple. All right? So, whatever you do, don't mess with us.
Look at him and tell me there's a God.
Or else we're going to hit you with tariffs. And that's all it is. It's bluster, right? Because I don't think he really has anything against Canada. But the funny part was...
Who bothered to spawn you? And why?
Canada pulled an emergency meeting where Trudeau, President Trudeau, or was it Prime Minister Trudeau? I always get confused with what the difference is. But he basically was in a very panicked meeting with his people. Oh my goodness, we got to be very careful about what we do because we don't want to get slapped with tariffs. Blah, blah, what products would we be hit with if this tariff were to go into place? And what can we hit them back with? It's actually funny because if you read some of these stories, you'll actually find out.
We can't read them.
Of male fitness. I can stand up from a chair.
We can't read them, Phil. The stuff you're putting out because you're just rolling by it. Michael A before E. Canada ships an illegal Kinder Surprise eggs. That's right. Them goddamn things will choke your children out. That's right. They're coming for our kids, and they took our jobs.
That Trudeau of all things, did this. He actually did hit us with tariffs, but when Trump was already like on the way out of the press.
Oh, hold up. I'm waiting on an advertisement.
Have your kiddos in the back.
There we go.
Mom, mommy, mama, mom.
That's Phil.
Presidency. I guess Trump had pulled this before in his first presidency, this bluster, right? Trudeau, get this, he put a tariff on yogurt or something like that. So we were trying to export yogurt to Canada, and he said, oh, tariff on that. And all it hurt, like there was a certain senator in a certain state who owned the yogurt company, and he's like, haha, got him. He's like, no, not really. I don't think anyone really cared about your 10% tariff on yogurt. It wasn't a big deal. But he thought it was like a big win. So Trudeau ran to his people this week. Oh my God, what's going to happen if Trump hits us with these tariffs again? What would it affect? And yada, yada. So he is nervous about it. But basically, he responded, the same way that the Mexican president did and kind of said, well, if they hit us, we'll hit them. And it's just back and forth. All right. Now, in truth, do I actually feel like Trump would actually levy tariffs? Okay. Honestly, no, I don't think that he wants to. All right. My opinion. This is my opinion. You could disagree. I think he's trying to use his power. He's going to be the president again, and he's basically trying to call people's bluffs. Listen,
yeah, Bill, this is insufferable.
I don't want to issue tariffs.
And can somebody explain to him how to pronounce the word want? Like, can he get his dialect coach, or can we get him a dialect coach or something?
That's not what I'm looking for. It's not what I'm aiming for, right? But hey, if you don't play ball, if you don't help us with our problems, we're going to fine you. And if your problems are coming from you, in Mexico's case, crime, drugs, immigrants, if you keep...
Dude, maybe don't start off with crime, drugs, and then immediately roll it into immigrants. Like, just because they come from Mexico doesn't mean they're all dope smoking fucking gangbangers. I just want to get that out there.
Sending them our way, you do nothing at all to stop it, and you act like it's not a problem, we're going to hit you with this financial tariff. And the truth is, it's hardball, right? And I get it. It's financial hardball. But who is it really going to hurt more? Honestly, do you think it's going to hurt the United States of America more or Mexico? Bruh. It's going to hurt Mexico more. Bruh. Even though their president is, oh, no, I never said that. But make no bones about it. It's going to hurt Mexico a hell of a lot more than it's ever going to hurt us. It will cost us a little bit of extra money a year. It might crush their economy if we...
Dude, you complain about dimes. You complain about fucking pennies on the dollar. Okay, so if it impacted you to the point that you actually felt it, you would bitch about it.
Hit them with big enough tariffs, get it? So that's really what Trump is getting at here. It's not, oh, I want to hit these tariffs because we're going to make more money. We're going to line the government's pockets to pay our deficit. That's not why he's doing it. He's doing it because he wants them to do something about the crime and the immigrants and the drugs, and they've been ignoring it for so long. He's using his power to do that, okay? So, I see a million articles about this. And I'm like, people always blowing it up and say, oh, but he'll ruin our economy and he'll do something. That's not his intention. That's not what he's going for.
That's not his intention. Who the fuck cares about intention?
Okay, that's probably not what would happen. Because I don't think he's going to hit them with an 80% tariff to the point where now they decide to stop doing business with us. All right? All he's going to do is hit them with a tariff. Then they're going to do what they're supposed to do, stop the fucking criminals from coming in here. And then guess what? He'll remove the tariff. It's not going to be a permanent giant tariff and then another permanent giant tariff.
Dude, could you just please... You know what?
Phil, you make me angry, Phil.
Make the bad man stop.
Phil, can you shut the fuck up?
The point is, you use tariffs as a leveraging system.
Phil, can you shut the fuck up?
To get a foreign government to do what you want them to do to help your own people. This is not his plan to raise money for us. He could give two shits how much money the actual tariff raises. He just wants them to stop sending people over our borders, period, for any reason. And he's laying down the law, and this is the way that he puts his foot down and says, I'm not Biden. I'm not messing around. I'm not wishy-washy. It ends now. And if it doesn't end now, you will have your economy get crushed. Simply. Now, obviously, no one, oh, that's mean. Yeah, that's Donald Trump. He's mean. He's a mean guy. That's why he makes the mean tweets. That's why he's blusterous and big talking. That's his personality. Now, perhaps that will get stuff done. Perhaps it won't. We won't know until he's in office and he decides if he's actually going to sign those tariffs into effect or not. But the truth is, he's already got these foreign governments moving and thinking. He's got Canada doing a panicked war room meeting. Oh my God, what's going to happen if he hits us with these tariffs?
Tell me he is not Uncle Ruckus.
He's got, Mexico on the phone. And he's got them admitting to helping. And then, of course, they lie about it after the fact. Oh, I never said that. No, why would he say that then? Because he knows that what's going to happen is they're going to clap back. So it's a back and forth. If anything, though, doesn't it just feel like really lame? Like, so a world leader called you and the two of you had a conversation and you agreed to mutually help each other. Then all of a sudden we immediately have to run to the internet and to press conferences to start talking about it. And it's like, did you really? I don't think so. I think you could have kept it under wraps. You could have had your agreements and did what was in best interest of both sides for each of your people. You didn't have to have Trump coming out blusterous on this end, the Mexican president saying, oh, no, I didn't. It's like two kids arguing. He did that to me. No, I didn't do that. I said that.
I'm sorry. Can we just not parallel this at all to, I don't know, Rich at Review Tech USA, perhaps Stuttering Craig? How about Adam? How about anybody else who's done business with you, quote unquote business with you? Also, I can't believe I missed it, but you act the same way. You act like a fucking child.
No, he said this. What? These are world leaders, and this is how they behave. Why do you think that we have a world in crisis with all these problems?
Oh, I'm sure, Phil. I'm sure you could solve all of our problems.
These are the people in charge. They act like little whiny kids, like sissy. What the hell? Maybe you got a modicum of maturity or intelligence.
I got to hear that. Hold on.
What the hell? Yeah, we have a modicum of maturity.
Modicum. God fucking damn it.
They act like little whiny kids, like sissy. What the hell? Yeah, we have a modicum of maturity or intelligence. You know, it's ridiculous. So,
God, God, he makes me mad.
Oh, like I said, I don't like Trump, but honestly, I think this is probably, when you think about the president and the powers that the president has, this is probably the best he can do in this case. He needs immediate action, definitive action, as soon as he's in office, because the borders have been open, crime is at a rise, drugs are coming in. He has to act. This is probably his best chance to get something done, even though some people think, oh, it might backfire. It's not going to be, in my opinion, a permanent change. He's trying to do a short-term thing to get the action out of Mexico that he needs. That's why he's doing it. But people want to always, everything Trump does is bad,
I'm trying to hold it back,
even
brother.
though, yeah, he's doing it blusterously and big talking.
Like, for some reason, this whole bit in tandem with the modicum, what the fuck is a modicum? I've never heard that word in the history of fucking ever. I'm calm. I am peace.
And kind of like a bully, he's still getting shit done. That's better, in my opinion, than the president we just had for 4 years, who sat on his old crotchety ass and just let everything get worse for 4 straight years and didn't do a damn thing about it, and then lied to the people saying things were fine.
You motherfucker! Oh my god. You lie constantly. You lie constantly. Oh, God, fucking shit. I'm trying not to scream because when the significant other hears it, she's like, "Oh, you were on one tonight, huh?" So I am calm, I am peace, and oh my God, I am gonna lose my shit tonight.
Right, it's the meme. The dog who's sitting in the room and everything's on fire and he goes, "This is fine." That's literally what we just had. So I'd rather have some action than inaction. And at least Trump is trying to do something. And if anything, you can at least try to give him some credit for that. Okay.
God, please be a break in the story.
That was our second topic of the night. And at this
thank God.
This point now, we're 40 minutes in. We probably have major Trump overload, right? We've been talking about Trump pretty much nonstop. So I feel like we should change the subject and move on to something else so it's not just Trump, Trump, Trump all night. In fact, that's probably the last time that we'll be mentioning Donald Trump. FYI. So we got that out of the way. Thanks to everyone here. I appreciate you all. To be quite honest, I think that our attendance tonight is probably the average attendance we will have moving forward. I was shocked that we had such high attendance on DSPolitics.
Yeah, because they were fucking bots.
Politics the last several weeks. I think that it was a bunch of botting and bullshit, like trolls were trying to mess around. I think that tonight this is more reasonable. I always told you guys, I thought we would probably get around 200 people for this show on Kick. I'm happy with this size audience. I hope that you guys are enjoying the show. But I would ask that if you are enjoying DSPolitics, if you could support it. This is a regular stream for me. The streak must continue.
Money. Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
Right? We are
Money, please.
at a very whoppingly positive 89 straight streams of hitting the goals. So, if you like this content, if you like the fact that I'm branching out and doing different kinds of content, please support it. A sub, gifted subs to your fellow viewer, or tips. Right now, we have no tips. We do have, well, I think that we have the one tip from March Happening. We do have several gifted subs from Darkside Pimp, but it would be great to have a few more people to contribute rather than just 2.
I don't want to make this
so if you like the content, please support it.
Wait. I thought all of your financials, they came from the mass support that you get. They don't come from 1 or 2 people, Phil. I thought they didn't come from 1 or 2 people. Let's hear that again, though.
Or tips. Right now, we have no tips. We do have, well, I take that back. We have the one tip from March Happening. We do have several gifted subs from Darkside Pimp, but it would be great to have a few more people to contribute rather than just 2.
Rather than just 2.
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
Okay, so if you like the content, please support it. Let's hit the goal. Thank you guys very, very much. Okay, let's take a look.
Okay. I broke off from dinner to come upstairs and do this stream after working all day, helping my stepdaughter move. And unfortunately, I forgot to pee during that time. So I'm sorry, nature is calling. It'll be quick. I do promise. But I really do need to use the bathroom. So I will leave you for just a brief moment with
My stupid ass.
Zero stakes.
Dumb fuck.
I'll be back in less than 3 minutes.
Loser, mouth drooling, brainless, dickless, ballless, soulless, mindless idiots of trolls have decided to stalk me every time that I play Chief Fighter. I just want you to think about this. There's a detractor meme about steaks. They're using names like Porterhouse and T-Bone to jump on a steak meme. Yes, they actually think there is a steak meme worth repeating. These people actually made a running meme about steaks. There's no steaks. There's no fucking steaks ever. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and you need to stop brainwashing yourself into believing it. There's no this. It must be steaks when you play. I can't wait to see Phil get his ass whooped to Street Fighter today. And he's gonna lose all his ranking points. I can't wait to fuck you. No adult would care about your dumb meme about steaks. There's like 3 or 4 people who are actually excited and engaged with Street Fighter and trying to talk about it, and it's being lost in a drowning of fucking discussion about steaks and barbecue. The moment that some moron says steak explosion on DSP stream, you say, there's no stakes in anything that I play. Nothing means anything in any game. There's no stakes. I'm not a pro player. None of that ever mattered. Never, ever. There's no stakes in anything that I play. Nothing means anything. There's no stakes. I'm not a pro player. None of that ever mattered. Never, ever. I'm not in a competition with anyone. You're fooling yourself into this weird parallel dimension of people care if Phil wins or loses. Nobody does. All people want to do is make fun of me anyway. Assholes. Imagined rank points are still stakes. No, they are not. They're imagined. They mean nothing. You know what it is? Drama. You like drama. Ranked is drama. What are you, 4? There are no stakes in any game I have ever played on this channel. Zero. Stakes. There's 0 stakes. There are 0 stakes. Zero. The moment this is a moron, the stake explosion on this stream, you say, there's no stakes in anything that I play. Nothing means anything in any game. There's no stakes. I'm not a pro player. None of that ever mattered. Never, ever. There's no stakes in anything that I play.
All right, I told you I'd be back.
Anything. There's no stakes. I'm not a pro player. None of that ever mattered.
Never, ever. All righty, I'm back. I feel much better. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. Let's suffer some more.
I know what we should do. We should definitely talk about this one next because this is.
Oh, hell, I didn't get my door shut. Hold on. Sorry. God damn it. Okay, there we go. Got that. Stepping back. Alrighty. Tariffs made us reach the tier 0 tips goal. Feral Gaming, we hit the tier 0 tips goal like back at the start,
super
baby.
Chats are great, but remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Wrestling Rancher with a $5. Phil, you got $200+ on the stream. Could you actually maybe, I don't know, not mention money just once and show actual gratitude if you get anything? Wrestling Rancher, no, absolutely not, because no. And no, I don't know why, but just no. Makes no sense, does it? And that needs to happen. There we go. Alrighty.
These are good transitions, actually. Wow. Okay. This is a good one.
What?
Oh, let's see here. No, I'm not worried that people won't tip based on my political opinions because, as I said many times, this show is isolated. It's separate from my other content. If you haven't noticed, I don't talk about politics in my other content. That's for a good reason, right? I don't want it to bleed.
I don't want
over there, and it's not going to. I would hope that people.
What the hell is wrong with you?
watch this content are intelligent enough to know that if you don't agree with the opinion.
Well, Feral Gaming, obviously I should do the whole bit where I restart the stream because you came on late and therefore have inconvenienced me, and to make you feel as small as humanly possible and to inflate my ego as much as humanly possible, I should restart the stream just for you.
That's fine.
Of course, I'm not doing that because you're a good dude, Feral Gaming. I'm not about to like try to make you feel like shit.
In fact, I welcome people who have opposing opinions. I really do, because by hearing opposing opinions, you get a more full picture of how things are.
Really?
Come.
Rather than just only hearing the one thing from the one side, and then you get into this tunnel vision situation. All right? I respect people who disagree with me.
What? What? I don't feel like you do.
Test me, bitch. Test me, bitch. Test me, bitch. Test me, bitch.
I really do. If you take a look at the highlights of this show over on DSP Reacts, a lot of the comments are against what I'm saying, and that's fine, okay? Darkside Pimp, thank you for another gifted sub.
Dear fucking God, dude, just put the money away. Put the credit card back in your mother's fucking wallet, please.
This one went to Morshoe. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Well, here's the thing. So Kyle says, I think that this show wasn't hyped enough this week. Well, number one, this is the third show. This is not the first or second. It's now becoming a regular thing, so it's not going to be as hyped. What can I do? People know what the show is now. You know what to expect, right? I can't hype up every topic because sometimes I don't have the topics ready until a few days ahead. Look at these articles. Some of these articles were written 2-3 days ago. So I didn't have the topics until just a couple days ago. It's hard for me to like be ultra hype about it until I know. Now, also, this week was American Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I was about ready to say, doesn't he ban everybody?
Giving that through our schedule law. So I wasn't able to do it on the Thursday night. It's a different time now. My streams are earlier. See what I'm saying? So there's a lot of factors here. There's not much I can really do. I did mention it all week in my content, told everyone to come by tonight. I know that we have a much smaller audience tonight than we've had, but again, I actually suspect botting is a big deal. Like, people were coming by and botting the streams to try to say, oh, look at how many viewers Phil has, and to try to get me in trouble or something. So it is what it is.
I thought it was natural and holistic. You know, this is the first time I've ever heard him be like, yeah, man, it was botting.
But I'm enjoying myself. You know, I'm okay with the audience of a few hundred. That's fine with me. And let's keep it rolling, shall we? Hopefully, like I said, let's keep the support going. Let's hit the goals tonight. All right. All right. Time for transition. This is an interesting one. All right. Here we go. So we were just talking about Prime Minister Justin Trudeau over in Canada. Well, this week, a lot happened with Trudeau. Like I said, the tariffs threatened, and he went crazy and had this emergency meeting with his panel about it and everything there. But some other stuff happened in Canada this week. I don't know if you heard. Yeah, there was a major riot. And it wasn't just like, oh, an isolated thing. Basically, a giant mob.
Wait. I need to read that. From Canada is lost to just a dad at a concert. Canadians react to Trudeau, attending Taylor Swift's Eras tour while riots shake Montreal.
Mob of people were absolutely destroying.
Isn't that a mostly peaceful but fiery protest?
Absolutely destroying the city. Okay? Where are they going to say where the city is? What up?
Montreal. It's...
Yeah, there was a major riot. And it wasn't just like, oh, an isolated thing. Basically...
It's right here. It's right here. Right fucking here. Montreal.
A giant mob of people were absolutely destroying the city. Okay? Where are they going to say where the city is? What a crappy...
Oh my... God damn it. God.
Make the bad man stop.
Make me angry, Phil. You make me angry, Phil. You make me angry, Phil.
The article this is. Montreal, here it is. I'm trying...
It was right there. It was right there.
Trying to find it. He was in Toronto at an Eras concert for Taylor Swift. Okay, and I guess he was there with his daughters. So here he is. I think he's like his family members or whatever.
Am I mispronouncing it? Montreal? Isn't that how it's pronounced?
Are with him, and he's there at this Eras concert. Meanwhile, on the other side of his country, this is happening, and basically he was there dancing and doing, and he didn't even know. He was like clueless. Okay, what happened was at 6:10 p.m. protesters lit a mannequin on fire in the middle of the crowd and began marching together, throwing objects including smoke bombs and metal barriers into the street to obstruct police work. Here's a quick look at it. Ready? Looks like a riot.
Michael A. Before E, thanks for popping the membership there. 8 months as a gym rat. As someone involved in municipal policing, not an officer and not in Montreal, I can assure you that city police do not require federal oversight. Yes, indeedy. And thank you again for being... I can't believe it's been 8 months, brother. I think you were one of the originals that backed me up. And You're a good dude, man. You're a good dude. Okay, so real quick, before he does his hot take, let me go ahead and give my hot take. First of all, if this situation was devolving to this point for whatever was going on in Montreal, Justin Trudeau was knowledgeable of that, whatever. Yeah, in this case, he probably dropped the ball. However, if this was kind of, and I don't know anything about the situation at all, if it was rapidly developing and it said, oh, at 6:10 this happened, right? If Trudeau was then videotaped, I don't know, say 5-10 minutes after that, yeah, that's called the natural progression of the event, right? You're going to brief him as fast as you can, but at the same time, the dude is part-time, like, well, he's full-time leader, but part of his job is to be personable. It's to attend these concerts, to be seen, to be in public. Like, I'm not defending him in any way, shape, or form if he fucked up, if he did wrong, but let's hear what Phil has to say. Let's hear what big old Papa Genius has to say.
I can stand up from a chair.
Joshua Cloud, thank you for the 5, brother. Phil is absolutely the king of the short bus. I don't know. I feel like Phil would be Mimsy of the short bus. Damn it, Mimsy! You know, the guy that just fucks everything up. And then, gets slapped, and then he complains about being slapped by the boss.
What always gets me is when you see this footage, you always got the guy who has a camera because he wants to document it, but he somehow gets right into the middle of it, and then he's like, oh, he gets hurt. It's like, dude, you just stand away, you idiot. Why did you...
What do you mean just stand away? Tell me you have never been in a developing, chaotic situation without telling me you've never been in a developing, chaotic situation. Do you honestly think, Phil, the guy knows, oh, look, it's the chaos. It's coming right towards me. I'm just going to sit here and watch it happen. He had no idea, you fucking dumb fuck. Oh, my God.
You walk, like, right to where they were doing shit. You had the perfect shot. That guy, like, there's like, oh, yeah, you moron. I understand you got to document it. People have to document it for news and for history. But you could, like, stand back a little bit. Anyway, so that's going on in Montreal. Meanwhile, here's Toronto.
Wow, maybe Phil should go into politics. The dancing seems to be a perfect match.
Yeah. Now,
Hey, Paul Hadouken just subbed. Thank you, brother.
Could give you my opinion on people who are Swifties. But I think that could be a whole episode.
Well, I'm actually quite intrigued to hear that that people who like Taylor Swift. She's a musician. She makes content. She makes art, whatever you want to call it. And people like her music. What take could you possibly have, Phil?
I mean, okay, in a nutshell, if you want to try to encompass some of the most vapid, meaningless music ever created, all you need to do is look at Swifties and Taylor Swift. It really is the most mind-numbing crap.
Dude, shut the fuck up. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm not. But the bitch built an empire worth billions. Like, you can't even get 1,000 people on the stream. I can't get 1,000 people on the stream. But then again, I'm not blasting Taylor Swift for, being a vapid and mind-numbing, song creator. Look, people in glass houses, Phil.
So the fact that you have the Prime Minister of Canada who has decided to attend a Taylor Swift concert, it just encompasses kind of the subject matter at hand here, all right? But then on
DSP Gaming, I'm retard. Why you so mean?
Top of that, he's at the concert while this is going on. Like, these are pretty much close, happening around the same time.
Yes, that's a developing situation, okay? So, Phil, I know you probably don't know this. George W. Bush was reading fucking stories to kindergartners, right, when the Twin Towers were attacked, okay? Are you gonna blast George W. Bush for, should he have been hanging out with kindergartners when the country was under attack? I think not. Yeah, it's a developing situation, you dumb fuck.
Okay? So, Canadians flooded social media with their reactions. Some were playfully embracing his Swiftie era. Others slammed his carefree concert outing as riots were erupting over in Montreal.
I
The leader of
fucking hate
Canada's
this,
Conservative
man.
Party, FYI, that's the anti-Trudeau party, because Trudeau is liberal. This is the conservative side. Basically said, Trudeau fiddles while Montreal burns. Here it is. Here's his video, him dancing, while Trudeau danced. So here it is. Justin Trudeau refuses to condemn anti-Semitic riots in Montreal. He has time to dance.
Refuses to condemn them. What?
And do selfies, but he's too busy to condemn a violent Hamas takeover of our streets. It's not worth the chaos. But it's funny, because a lot of people on social media were happy. Oh, look, Trudeau's...
But remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Wesley H., thank you for the $5. Let me get that up here real quick. This is coming from a man who can't name an album he enjoyed in the last decade and has no room to speak. How dare Trudeau not be Superman and stop that? Yeah, look, I get that you've got to make your political jabs. You got to get your kidney shots in there to, whatever, the elections for the next year. Oh, look how terrible things are, and look at how he didn't do anything, and blah, blah, blah. I totally get that. But for people, Phil, of all people, Phil, to critique this? Really? Yeah, and Meth Bear, you took your girl to the Swift concert. You didn't particularly like it, but she had a ball. Well, you know what? That's kind of the whole point. Is you want your significant other to have fun, right? Or you want to send your daughter out with her friends to go see their favorite artist or whatever. And just because it's not music that you like, or just because you don't approve of her message or whatever, doesn't make the people who support them vapid or insipid or fucking stupid or whatever. They like what they like, dude. Shut the fuck up with this stuff. God. And yes, it's Django. That is exactly what this is. It is a nothing burger of the big story is the riot. That's the story. Why is a riot going on? What's being done to quell the riot? That's the story. Justin Trudeau was dancing at a concert when a riot happened. You could parallel that to Joe Biden was sleeping when a woman was viciously murdered in her home. Yeah, of course he was. He didn't know the woman was being viciously murdered.
Partying with us. Look at this. He's a cool dude, man. He's partying with us. Canada is lost. We have no leadership and no safety anymore. Okay? So, the city is burning, and like Roman Emperor Nero, PM Trudeau is partying. Jotted down another X user. Pro-Palestine mobs in Montreal, Canada last night, rioting and destroying shops and clashes with police. Feels like history repeating itself. The city's burning, and like Roman Emperor Nero, Trudeau is partying. Shall we watch just a tiny bit more? And what you don't know is that actually there are pets trapped inside the building, and no window was left open, so there's no crack of fresh air.
God damn it, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I know it's in here, god damn it.
So they're just trying to burst the door open to save those very endangered pets inside. That's what's going on here. Heroic, truly heroic actions. Oh, Montreal, right? I mean, any moment, a flood of dogs is going to come out that door.
The joke is dead. It didn't work. Please stop talking. Please.
Anyway, so here's the deal. Basically, people are split on this, okay? Some people...
And he was out with his daughter. Yeah, that's called being a human. Also a parent, Phil.
People are like, well, this is complete irresponsibility by Trudeau.
It's completely complete irresponsibility? Am I wrong? That sentence sounds wrong. That complete irresponsibility. No, that sounds, oh my God, I can taste metal.
No. How dare he be out dancing, listening to Taylor Swift, instead of, running the country, right? Others are like, this is just a dad enjoying a night out with his daughter. I don't know why people are being like so harsh and mean to him. Should Trudeau have left the concert and appeased rioters in Montreal? This ex-user thinks so. Like all Canadians, I'm disappointed Justin Trudeau didn't leave the Taylor Swift concert, fly to Montreal, and deliver Lord Humongous Just Walk Away speech from Max 2. There you go.
That's Mad Max 2, and it's the Just Walk Away.
So,
look at those cheeks in Kick Chat.
Basically, that's...
What the fuck?
What happened now.
Hold on.
And deliver Lord Humongous. You should think so. Like all Canadians, I'm just...
What in the name of God is that?
Disappointed Justin Trudeau didn't leave the Taylor Swift concert, fly to Montreal, and deliver Lord Humongous Just Walk Away speech from Max 2. There you go. So, basically, that's what happened now. I mean, obviously...
Dear God. So he could have titties bouncing in his chat?
It's a politics show. It's my show. What's my opinion? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? What?
Why are titties bouncing
in his chat? I don't even want to know. Why was that on Yahoo?
Well, what was on Yahoo? Hold on.
Politics show. It's my show. What's my opinion? What the fuck?
That's clickbait.
What the fuck is that? What? What the hell? I don't even want to know. What? Why was that on Yahoo? Okay, the whole show just got derailed. What the fuck was that? A targeted ad? Oh, you missed the target on that one. Maybe that one was for Destiny or something. But anyway, okay, maybe they just assume that if I'm reading an article about Justin Trudeau.
Holy shit, look at them cheeks. Toxic logic is like pushing the boundaries here.
I must be liberal or something, right? You know. Anyway. All right, let's get back on subject. We got to calm down. All right, everyone calm down here. Everyone, rein it in. Rein it in.
Toxic logic is blowing this chat up.
Obviously, you want my take on this, or else why did I even talk about it? All right? Now listen, I'll be honest with everyone. I understand that our political leaders around the world are humans just like you and me. And I do feel that our political leaders do have the right to have a night off. I don't know if this actually was like a scheduled night off or not for him. I have no idea. All right?
Does it matter?
The truth is, if he's there and he's spending time with his daughter, I mean, it actually... Maybe the real story here is he was suffering just like all of us. Like, he's like, dude, I got to go to a Taylor Swift concert. I mean, first of all, if his daughter's into Taylor Swift, I'm very sorry for her. I mean,
what is, dude, first of all, Taylor Swift is not going to fuck you. Let's get that out there. Okay. She's got Travis Kelce. Dude is built like a brick shit house. You have no shot. Okay. Secondly, just shut up. Just shut up.
That, you know, that's awful. It basically means she's a lost cause, and you know, but the fact that he took her to the concert or whatever, you know, it's kind of nice. I'm sure he got her VIP seats because he's the prime minister and stuff like that. He deserves to have a night out with his family, you know, totally. But my question then is thus: why are there riots taking place in your country? It's obvious that, according to what they're saying, this has been something. The table's been set that basically Trudeau has been incredibly weak on these people who are doing this stuff. That he's not, you know, considering it crimes. He's, you know, oh, these are peaceful protests or whatever. And of course, when there's violence, then you have to shut it down. But to some extent, you have to have control over the country, or else you're not really a leader, are you?
Did he just have a totalitarianistic take? Because that's what it sounds like.
And so, the real debate here is should the riots have happened to begin with? How does that kind of a thing build up? And no one was aware that it was going to happen. That many people are gathering or whatever. Obviously, there should be something in place. And apparently, from what I'm to understand, you know, again, I'm new to covering politics. This is not the first time. This has happened a few times now in recent memory where a big riot has broken out, and it has to do with the Middle East conflict. And Trudeau's just kind of like doesn't do anything about it. He has stern words. Oh, how dare you? Naughty, naughty. How could you? But then he doesn't actually take any action. All right. At this point, words don't really mean anything.
Well, so when you say things like, I sold my WWE Champions account.
But remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Kenneth Douglas, thank you for the 5. Why do people need a scheduled day off to spend time and have fun with others, which is something you don't do, Phil? Well, Kenneth, actually, he schedules his time off all the time, but then they have to go run errands and do things, and you need to pay for it if you don't know that. Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, he doesn't do any of that shit. Anyway, let me back it up, get my train of thought again. Hold on. And thank you again, Kenneth Douglas, for the 5.
How could you? But then he doesn't actually take any action. All right. At this point, words don't really mean anything.
There it is. Words don't really mean anything. So, guys, I can't prove it to you that I sold my WWE Champions account, but I did. Okay, where's the money going? It's going to a great many things. It's going to bills and stuff. Okay, can you provide receipts? No, you should take my word for it. Well, why should we listen to your words and not, you know, give the same benefit of the doubt to Trudeau when he says, you know, I'm going to say these words and I'm going to do these things? I mean, isn't that kind of your whole shtick?
Words can only go so far. At one point, as a leader, you have to take action. So I think that's the reason that people are so upset. Not that the guy took a night off to spend with his daughter and it just had to be the worst timing ever because he's at this really vapid, empty-headed concert on one side of his country while literally one of the major, you know, cities of his country is burning on the other side, right? I just think it's that the fact that the situation has been happening again and again and again, and this guy hasn't done anything about it. He says stop it, but doesn't take action, right? Listen.
Yeah, he should send in jackbooted thugs to start curb stomping. What do you want to happen, Phil?
I live in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah, I know. We know you live in Seattle, Washington. It should be fucking glass at this point.
For those who don't know, it's one of the most crime-infested parts of our country right now. Why? Because our political leaders have been insanely lax on crime. They've actually made it so that you have to steal thousands of dollars of product out of the store to actually be arrested and have it stick. I'm not kidding you. Right now, you could walk into a store and grab an armful of shit, walk out the door, and the cop at the door will just say, stop, take the stuff back, and let you go. I'm not kidding you. That's how it is here. They made the laws too lax. So now what's happened is thievery is commonplace. It's a huge problem. Entire stores have shut down.
Yeah, I don't believe this at all.
Businesses keep getting destroyed time after time after time. When you have a rule in place, but you don't enforce it, it's not a rule.
Dude, goddamn. Okay, so when Derek the pervert is spamming the ever-living bullshit out of chat with, hey, DSP this, hey, DSP, and your rule says, hey, no spamming the chat. Yeah, why wasn't he banned? I don't know.
So it doesn't matter what Justin Trudeau says. What matters is what actually happens, the enforcement versus the rule. He could have a million laws against rioting, but unless he actually starts enforcing them, unless he actually has a task force cracking down on it to stop it, it will continue. And then what the sad fact is, it could happen at a time when he's not ready to even deal with it because he's at a night out and then he looks like a complete jackass. You're a world leader. It's time to start acting like it.
I fucking hate this man.
Right? I don't care if you have a daughter who likes Taylor Swift. Do your job, because the truth is, here's the truth. If that riot broke out and immediately a team that was dealt or trained and to handle this and deal with it swept in and took all those people and slammed them on the pavement and arrested all of them and risked them.
Brother, do you have any idea what the officer to populace ratio is? Are you high? Do you know what it takes to respond to a critical event?
All these super chats are great, but remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
The wrestling ranter. Thank you for the $5. Someone break this record so he can't keep repeating. I beg you. Wait, break this. Oh, break the broken record. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, no, he's going to keep going. You know he is. You know he is, ranter. Come on now. Hey, yeah. Let's hear him out.
Right off the prison. Do you think people would have cared if Justin Trudeau was dancing at the Taylor Swift concert? So why isn't that in place?
I live in a town of 20,000 people. Do you know what our authorized law enforcement strength is? Anybody? 20,000. I live in a town of 20,000, and we actually have mitigating not antagonizing factors. So we are actually authorized heavy. Our police department is authorized
I can stand
heavy.
up from a chair.
Aussie Turtles Gaming, thank you for the Australian 2. I appreciate it. Saying, I'm sorry, Phil, but he has a real family and life. So a town of 20,000, what is our authorized strength of law enforcement officers? Sworn law enforcement, right? No. I'm talking about the entire department. What is our entire department of sworn officers authorized to be? 20,000 people. I see 12, I see 10. I see 10 people per shift from Michael A before E. We'll start with, I'll go ahead and give you the numbers here in just a second, but, toss it around in the old noggin there. Toss it around. Shift is 6. Our shift is 6. You can have a lieutenant, a sergeant, and 4 zones. That is our standard strength. The department authorized strength for 20,000 people.
All these super chats are great, but remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Vanguard, I'll get to you in 2 seconds, brother. Our authorized full strength, investigations, narcotics, patrol, everything is 50. For a town of 20,000, our authorized strength is 50. If we were to tap the county, which is catty corner to our police department, we would have maybe another 50. So for the full county, the full city, the city itself is just 20,000. You added the county, God knows. You can have 100 versus 20,000.
For those that don't know, the U.S. government actually made $2 bills. What moron?
Thank you, Kenneth Douglas. I'll get to you in just a second as well, brother. Vanguard D Nice hits me with a $5. Thank you so much. This is where he gets on my nerve. Bitch, Seattle is one of the safest cities in the damn country. Go to Camden or Detroit, but you won't, Phil. Jackass. Yeah. I've been to Detroit, and it's rough. And like I said, Kenneth Douglas with the 2 says, like I said, God forbid someone has some fun, Phil. Yeah, no, the only people that are allowed to have fun is Phil. Just Philbert, right? So I'm going to get back to my point here. Thank you, both Vanguard D Nice and Kenneth Douglas for the 5 and the 2, respectively. Greatly appreciated. this whole aspect of if only they had this, if only they just swooped in and could take it out. First of all, that's an on-call unit, okay? So the riot breaks out, you're calling officers from the word go. What's their response times? Do you know their response times? You can't keep a 100-man unit on task 100% of the time. That's not a thing. So he has broken this down to the most simplistic levels and has not thought more than one step ahead, right? Here's the easy, let's say you have a riot. You have a riot of 1,000 people. You know you can combat that riot with an authorized strength of 100 officers, right? So the answer is simple. Have that 100 officers ready. Great. You want those 100 officers ready at all times. Do you have any idea how hard it is to authorize the goddamn salary for 24 hours of coverage across 100 people? Anybody? Fucking impossible. That's how. So now you're talking about on-call. So now you're talking about response times. Now you're talking about what loadouts. If it is a violent riot, are you slinging weaponry or are you slinging non-lethals? Okay. If it is a political stunt or it's a political ideal, are you using gas grenades? Are you all these things? Phil's in-depth analysis is you should have something ready for that. Oh, wow, Phil. Wow. My brain is melted. I never would have thought. Oh, my God. I never would have thought that if I knew a riot was going to happen, I should have a force that could respond to that riot. My God. This is 37th dimension level chess we're playing here. Phil, you are so wise. Please run a country, Phil. We need Daddy Phil.
Oh, because he's liberal. And so, because he's liberal, that just means crime's allowed to happen. Oh, I see. Harsh words, no action, pretty weak-minded leadership leads to strong, harsh criticism. And we just saw a huge shift in our cultural philosophy and our government in this last election here in the United States. If Justin Trudeau is not careful, he might be the next wave of change that's going to sweep these people right the hell out of power in Canada. And it's going to be his...
Nah, why am I toxic? Fuck RoboCop. Give me Judge Dredd.
His fault. Because he has the opportunity to do something now and be proactive, but instead, he's not. So, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. People learn from experience. If he doesn't act now in this situation, he is going to find himself voted out of power, and that's going to be the end.
Dude, toxic logic. Drunk boomer politics hours. I'm starting to become a fan of this toxic logic dude. Like I'm starting to like him.
Of this liberal control over Canada, just like it just ended here in the United States. Okay. All right, everyone. Well, thank you for watching. We're now at the halfway point of the show. I'm going to do a few more shout outs. First of all, thank you to Darkside Pimp who gifted a sub, and I believe it was Busty Phil who gifted a sub. So there's 2 more subs that were gifted here tonight. Darkside Pimp is now up to 7. So that's another $10 in support, which means we're a third of the way to our goal. And again, guys,
our goal, it's us.
If you like
Us, we, I'm the one who got killed. You're fine.
Political stuff, please
give me Modern Dread. Give me Carl Urban. Dude, Carl Urban slayed as Dread.
Support it either with a sub, a gifted sub, or a tip. A tip is a way that you contribute that has nothing to do with Kick.
I don't want to make this about money, but also give me money.
In fact, speaking of which, I received a $2 tip. Are you going to touch the invasion of Syria by rebels that's happening right now? No, because I'm not psychic, and I don't have omnipotent powers that can cover something that's literally happening.
The irony. Oh my God. Hold on.
In fact, speaking of which.
Okay. Trudeau, he could have nipped this in the bud if he just had a force come out and just took care of those rioters. Would he be seen, the way he's being seen? Followed immediately by.
I received a $2 tip. Are you going to touch the invasion of Syria by rebels that's happening right now? No, because I'm not psychic, and I don't have omnipotent powers that can cover something that's literally happening right now.
You can't make this up. You can't. They're holding a mirror directly in front of his face and going, hey, Phil, what about this? He's talking to the mirror and doesn't realize he's talking about himself. Oh my God.
What I will do is over the course of the next week, I will take a look at that. I'll see if I can figure it out. Want to talk about it next week? We can. But if it's happening now, how could I possibly be covering it?
This just in, Phil Burnell does not give a shit about Syrians or anything that's going on with them because he was seen doing a DSPolitics reaction show. He was briefed upon something occurring within Syria, but Phil could not be bothered to render an opinion about what was going on. Phil is, in fact, a Syrian hater, hates everything to do with Syria, and therefore should be, ostracized and chastised. Yeah.
Am I on the ground right now in Syria to cover this? Maybe you're greatly over-anticipating the power of DSPolitics. I'm sorry, I don't have a crack team of reporters on the other side of the globe to be covering live events. I'm sorry. Okay.
God, I hate this, man.
Let's take a brief break. I'm going to split the part here. And I'm just going to stretch a little bit here.
Split the part.
And, then we're going to continue on with the second half of our show. Don't worry. We still have many topics to cover on tonight's show. The next one's a good one, actually. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this next one. And then we have we have two more major topics, and then we're gonna have some speed topics, and then we're gonna get to our conclusion of the show tonight.
So we're about to suffer.
It should be pretty good. Okay, so good stuff. Thank you guys. Put the part here. All right. Did I just get two more? Let's see. I just got Darkside Pimp just gifted another one, and it went to Grande Dio, and then yes, Busty Phil gifted one. So two more gifted subs. Thank you very much, you guys. So thank you, Darkside Pimp, and to Busty Phil. So we're up to 62 tonight and climbing, which is good. Thank you guys for the momentum. I appreciate that. Hold on, because I got an email, a distracting email here. I'm just curious what this is.
I thought we were splitting the part.
I see what it is. It's a troll update. Remember I told you guys, well, I don't know if you watched the podcast today live. You couldn't have watched it on demand yet because I didn't get to update it yet or upload it yet. But a viewer has donated a 4 terabyte SSD for my new capture streaming computer. They said they wanted me to have big storage space so I can record at any quality I want. I don't have to worry about running out of space. So that's coming. I just got the
4 terabytes? Bitch.
The email that
like get some storage.
It's shipped and it's coming next week. So yes, thank you. Again, guys, the overwhelming support continues. And I really, really, really appreciate the support you guys have been giving me. It's incredible the support that I'm receiving on a daily basis. And I really, I'm very, very grateful for you guys. Mark McCauley says, is downtown Seattle still dangerous? Yes. Although the mayor of Seattle has been trying a bunch of initiatives. That was one of the things we talked about last week. That he's trying a bunch of initiatives to try to stop the crime down there.
Hold up. This one needs some love right here. Toxic logic. So many generous, mysterious benefactors. I am really liking this guy.
Some of it's working, some of it isn't, but at least it's something. He's trying something. It's hard because a lot of people's hands are tied. There's not much you can really do at this point. Because the problem is they changed all the laws to make it so lax that criminals can't get prosecuted for these actions. And that's why they're getting away with them, quite frankly. So I forgot to change the color. Darn. I know it was nice Christmas colors at the bottom, but I actually wanted to have blue and red, so it'd be like red, white, and blue. I screwed that up, but now I fixed it for the second half. Let's see. Darkside Pimp says, ironically, many countries have tariffs on UX exports. Right. I know. A lot of countries don't like us, and so anything that we export to their country, they end up hitting us with big tariffs. But now when we decide to say that there's going to be tariffs, it's like, horrible. Okay, 1 second.
Nope, I'm letting him go.
I would just like to stretch and blow my nose quickly, and then we will do the second half of the show.
Is he in Jam Jams? Why can't he admit he buys for stuff for his stream? Even Pokimane doesn't get that many gifts, bro. Yep. And Pokimane, she basically shows them titties. What am I going back? Check. Go back. Check. Hold on. What? Reaper, what am I going back to check for? Are we looking for jammies? Oh, wait, no, that's not Pokemon. Amaranth. That's who I was thinking of. I was thinking of Amaranth. Oh my God. Hold on.
Half the show.
Okay, so we'll just call it 58.
I honestly...
Wow, he's back after a minute.
So, I honestly think I like this sign a lot. What do you guys think about the new Pac-Man sign? Now that I actually get to see it at night, I think it looks nice. I think I actually like this one better than the Sony symbols. The Sony symbols is all right, but this one looks better, I think. I think it just stands out better on camera. I definitely think it's cool, right? Yeah. I'm liking these. I'm finding all these different signs and things that I can use. Cool. Slayer says we don't have this kind of protest here. Any riots are quickly put down so we don't have crimes. I mean, again, and the thing is, it's not that they don't have laws against protesting in Canada. We also don't have laws against protesting here in the United States. It's actually legally allowed. However, the violent kind is illegal everywhere. Canada here, it's not allowed. Yet they do nothing about it. If you do nothing about it, it will continue forever, and that's why people are criticizing him. You know,
dude, I swear to God, the logistics of fucking of quelling a riot. Never mind.
Oh.
Fuck you, Phil. Just fuck you.
Have I ever gone to a protest? I did. I attended a protest, and the subject matter was that we were going to protest, that we were not going to protest. So we all got up and we said, we're not going to protest. We're not going to protest. We're not. We had signs that said, no protesting, X'd out. We're not going to protest. We're not.
Dickens left. That's funny. Dickens left.
Gonna protest. Wait, that was a movie. That was PCU. That was a great movie. I recommend everyone go see PCU. It's an absolutely great movie if you haven't seen it yet. Okay.
I hate this man.
Okay. All right. Are we ready to continue? That's right. PCU absolutely foretold the future. You should see that. You should see PCU right now. It foretells all of this crap that's going on right now. It really does.
I'm suffering right now. This is painful. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. PCU is a good movie.
Just keep in mind, if you see PCU, it was meant to be a comedy. It wasn't meant to be serious. But now the movie's serious. Okay. Ready? Let's get to the second half.
Stop clapping.
By the way, I forgot all the transitional animations. Son of a bitch. I'll use them right now. I totally forgot I had them. Sorry about that. Where are they? Here they are. Okay, cool. All right. We are back, everyone. The second half of DSPolitics for November 29, 2024. I hope that everyone is enjoying the show so far. Thanks to
I'm not. I hate you.
everyone hanging out with me live here on Kick, the exclusive home of the show. And for those watching possibly on demand in a clip, although I doubt I'll clip this part, so you probably will never see me say that on demand. There you go. So let's head into our second half of the night, shall we? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here's our next topic.
Ugh.
Something happened. So, something happened this week that no one was expecting. A long-running car maker who is
Jaguar. Here we go.
known for a certain product line and a certain advertising line, and, you know, they're synonymous with greatness, basically, came out of nowhere with a complete relaunch and new philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to take a look at it together. I will show you now the new face of Jaguar automobiles. Ready? Here it comes.
I didn't even know about this.
That was not a parody video.
Okay, so I see what they're going for here. Not the advertising strategy I would have used. I understand what they're going for here. The hot take is going to be absolute cringe. Let's go.
That was real. Jaguar released that officially this week. Okay, so if you just see that completely out of context, there's a few questions you might have. All right. Your first question might be, what the hell did that have to do with cars? Jaguar is an automobile company. What did we just watch? What we did watch was 30 seconds of people who attempted to basically break the mold. Take a look. They're all over different races, different creeds, different genders. Perhaps some of them are not even defined by one gender. I wouldn't know. I actually don't care to know. One of them, for some reason, has a chunk of hair missing out of their head. I don't know if they were, they were trying to clean the lawnmower and they bent over a little too far or something. I don't know. I don't even know what this is. I don't think I want to know what this is. It's maybe too much information for me. But yeah, it's pretty obvious that they were really going for something different here.
Yes, they're going for the fashion industry, ultra fucking 1% type. Yeah, like I said, know where they're going. Don't really think it's a good idea, but I get it.
Then probably what a lot of people would be looking for in an automobile company ad. Break molds. Okay, now, maybe I'm just a little bit ignorant. Maybe I'm not the most informed guy on marketing, right? I admit, I've never run a marketing campaign before. Maybe I have a very cursory knowledge. I did take a course or two about it when I was in university, many, many moons ago. But call me crazy.
You're crazy.
I thought that when you're trying to advertise a product, the advertisement should actually address the product. or at least show it, or at least discuss it in some way. Like, for example, if you're trying to sell a candy bar, you wouldn't have an entire ad of someone firing a rifle. And that's it. That's the ad. Never show the candy bar, never discuss the candy bar. But that's apparently what they're going for. Like, they really wanted to go as crazy as possible in a very bizarre direction. And of course, the internet is abuzz with this. The world is abuzz with this. Because again, Jaguar is a very long-running brand of automobiles. And the fact that this is what they came out with has people scratching their heads in various different ways, okay? What I like to do...
Now, yeah, Vega, I don't understand this either. I don't. This has nothing to do with politics.
Is tackle this from two different angles, all right? From one angle, which is the angle that I think the vast majority of humans on this planet would take it from.
Humans. Wasn't there a day yesterday that he was like, or not a day, a segment yesterday or the day before, where he was like, I'm Darkside Phil from the planet Earth, or I am on planet Earth, or something like that.
Is an angle of confusion, an angle of just quandary, like what just happened? What did we just watch? What is going on? It's almost like it's extreme. There's a difference between like, we want to go in a different direction, or we want to be more inclusive, you know, all these DEI initiatives and things that have been in companies now for the last 5 to 10 years, and we're seeing increasingly more in the corporate world. This is kind of like, we're literally going as extreme as possible to elicit a reaction from the world. We know what we're doing is going to get this reaction, and that's exactly why we're doing it.
Yeah, and that's what I've been saying about Phil is I honestly think he's baiting us.
Okay? What I like to do, this person here did a great thread on X about this. Basically says, Jaguar made the most expensive mistake of 2024. They spent millions on a rebrand that erased 100 years of heritage. So, the company started in 1922, but made their first car in 1935. You can see, they tried to basically make their cars the epitome of excellence. One was known as the most beautiful car. One was known as the fastest car. One was known as a modern masterpiece. And each car was a piece of art until 2021. In 2021, the automotive industry faced a crisis. Tesla began to dominate all luxury electric vehicles. Rising environmental concerns made it that a lot of people were saying, we got to shift to electric. We can't have fossil fuel cars anymore. And emissions regulations changed worldwide. And again, the threat that these fossil fuel cars are going to be regulated to the point where they're just not viable anymore. The Jaguar said they were going to adapt. Their solution was radical.
Here?
They paused all car sales in the UK and announced going all electric by 2025. On November 19, 2024, they revealed their new identity, and no one expected what came next. Instead of showcasing engineering prowess, they launched a 30-second video featuring models in vibrant futuristic outfits and alien-like landscapes, and there's not a single car in sight. Their new logo is Jaguar, emphasizing the British pronunciation Jag-U-R. Get it? It's not Jaguar or Jaguar, it's Jag-U-R. Get it? You are something. Their new slogan, delete ordinary, break mold, copy nothing, live vivid. Even their iconic leaping Jaguar is reimagined. The backlash is instant and brutal. Over 90 million views in days resulted in thousands of memes and endless mockery. When Elon Musk chimed in, do you even sell cars? Criticism went deeper than jokes. It wasn't just about going electric. Tesla proved you can make electric cars sexy. This is about erasing a century of heritage. But here's what makes the rebrand fascinating. Jaguar isn't just changing their logo, they're deliberately abandoning 90% of their current customers. Why would a luxury brand do this? Here was the original, here was one of their rebrands, here's what they're doing here, look. So, they want to move into ultra luxury cars that cost over $127,000 US, target a younger, wealthier buyer, transform into an artistic brand, and compete directly with Tesla. But they made a crucial mistake. They confused bold with alienating. You can target new customers without rejecting your heritage. You can be modern without being unrecognizable. You can innovate without losing your soul. The numbers tell the story. Jaguar sales already dropped 50% since COVID hit, and now they're betting everything on an attractive new generation of buyers. In trying to appeal to everyone, they're resonating with no one. Time will tell how the rebrand goes.
We can't get to the point because I'm not asleep yet. And Vega needs sleep juice.
You can see, I mean, look,
all
their
these
sales
super chats are great. But remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Thank you, Wesley H, for the fiver. Bruh, who in 2024 that isn't watching Mad Men for the 10th time honestly cares about ads, especially when ad blockers exist? Why should we care? Dude, I didn't even know this was a thing. I honestly, I don't care, right? I'm not going to be buying a Jag anytime soon. So this is a big nothing burger to me. I do not give a fuck.
Down, 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 down into the depth.
And I have no investments in Jaguar, so I don't care.
They were making at one point between 10 and 15,000, and now they're below 5,000. So they are tanking. So what this person is essentially saying is people trust brands for various reasons. A person, a fact about that brand. There's always something that ties something critical to a brand. Jaguar had that, and they literally just threw it away. So even though they're still called Jaguar, they don't have a brand anymore. They literally, in 30 seconds, they obliterated their brand, and now people have no idea what the car is. Like, we don't know what the new car will be when they show it, okay? And I think what's going to happen is they're going to announce this new vehicle early next year.
Are we still on Jaguar?
And show it off. And of course, now people are wondering what the hell it's going to be. So this guy is under the impression they have destroyed their brand, and through $1 million spent on marketing here, they're done. However, there is an opposing view, okay? So this person who writes for Forbes basically says, at first they were dubious, but now not anymore. Why? Well, it's very simple. I'm not going to read the entire article, but basically, Jaguar is going to present an insanely different vehicle very shortly.
Okay. And
whatever they're going to present, apparently, is not going to be anything close to what they used to do. Okay? And so they actually felt like they didn't have a chance because they're known for this particular kind of car. And if they're going to now present a whole new kind, the only way to be successful would be to burn it down. And so this was a calculated risk that putting out this ad was going to essentially destroy their reputation on purpose so people would at least talk about them again. Because right now, as you saw, their sales are plummeting. They're selling less than...
So, like I said, it's kind of like a troll, but, not really. And you know what?
1/3 of what they were...
You know what? Go ahead and pour me a little bit of a full glass of that rum.
Bert.
No ice, no ice.
Selling just a few years ago, they're basically gone. So the only way to get people talking about them would be to cause controversy, okay? I remember, now you guys are going to laugh at this. I remember many years ago, someone who was big into pro wrestling back in the day, his name's Eric Bischoff, okay? At one point, this guy was the bigwig behind WCW, World Championship Wrestling. And he wrote a book, and the name of the book was Controversy Creates Cash.
Yeah, but this is what I've been saying with the whole aspect of, as he is being inflaming, as he is not recognizing himself in the mirror when he's doing this, could this be him, just creating views?
That as long as you are pertinent for any reason, even if it has to be controversial, you'll still have people talking about you. You'll still have people who want to know about you, and you'll still have people spending money on you. Doesn't matter if you're the best. Doesn't matter if you're the worst. You just want to be in the conversation. Jaguar considered themselves out of the conversation. And so they think that releasing this 30-second, burn it down, all hyper-liberal, 100% progressive, break the mold ad, men looking like women looking like men, big chunks of hair out of their heads, weirdo stuff. They think that this is going to get people talking about them so that people will now buy their cars.
Look at him and tell me there's a God.
Okay? Now, this...
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Very well may be true. Right now, everyone is talking about Jaguar, not for good reason. People are just wondering what the heck is next after that. Like, how do you top
are you doing
that?
This
because that's wild. And now they're going to show off their car within a few days. I think they said it was December 2nd.
Why are you
and
doing
so within the next
this
week,
to me?
we are going to see what the new car looks like. All right? I mean,
yeah, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
If you're basing it off of what we just saw, I mean, this car very well might not have 4 wheels. Maybe it has 17 wheels, 2 giant rods sticking out the top that spin like this, catching objects out of the sky. Maybe it doesn't have doors. Maybe you just you jump through a hole in the side, it sucks you inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, from what they're at.
What the why are you talking? Why?
I said, it doesn't even sound like they're going to be selling like a normal car. Exactly. I treated what my brain said, the Homer Simpson car. You remember on The Simpsons? A very old episode, Homer Simpson was allowed to design a car, and he designed the most insanely crazy, over-the-top, outlandish car that no one would ever buy. But that's the joke, right? So maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. I'll tell you this. If they release a car and it looks exactly the same as all the other cars out there, people are going to be like, why did you do this? Why did you bother? Right? Now, here's the thing, folks, about the whole...
Boy, guys, here's the thing.
For those that don't know, the U.S. government actually made $2 bills. What morons?
There was much rejoice. Yay! Hey, if you gave me the 2, I'll give it to you.
And there was much rejoicing.
There you go, brother. Good to see you, man.
Jaguar situation and this wild strategy. All right? Here's my honest opinion, because you might be shocked. I actually believe
that this is a good idea because it gets their name out in the community and it makes them more of a person. I actually understand where they are coming from.
That this strategy is a good one that works.
Called it.
Just not right now. This strategy probably would have worked a year ago, or this strategy might have worked if the Democrats just won the American presidential.
Oh, for fuck's sake, make him stop.
Bruh.
But now, bourbon.
I don't want to do this anymore, Bill.
Election.
You need to shut the fuck up. That's what I do if I don't have no army. I would fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
That's right.
But they lost. And now what's happened in the last few weeks since this happened? You've seen a cultural shift. You are seeing people saying, enough is enough with this liberal stuff. We don't want this anymore. That's why we vote against it. And that's why we got Trump in. That's why the Republicans are now going to dominate the Senate and the House of Representatives. This was the absolutely, positively worst possible time for Jaguar to launch this kind of rebranding. This could have worked if it happened earlier or if we had a different outcome. But
stop talking with your hands, please, you autistic fuck.
You have to be the dumbest person on the planet to think that this is what's wanted right now. You just had everyone in the United States vote and say, we don't want that crazy stuff anymore. We've had enough of it. We want to go back to how things were before. That's why we voted that way. So why would you launch this campaign now? You want to know the truth? I think they didn't have a choice. I think they were banking on the Democrats winning this election and saying, ha, now America will be ultra liberal for 4 years and everyone will want our cars because everyone wants to be weird and eccentric and different. And this is the way to do it. Be the person with the chunk of hair missing. Be the person who dresses up with a donut around their stomach. Be the weirdo bouncing off the walls with a mallet or whatever, break.
It says the weirdo bouncing off the walls.
Molds and drive a Jaguar. But sorry, that's not what happened. It's the opposite. People said, no, we don't want the ultra liberal. We don't want the ultra progressive. We want things to go back again. And they voted for it and they won. The majority.
Go back. Never mind. I'm not, I don't have the fucking energy to dissect this dumbass's retardation. I just don't.
Both in the popular vote and
both.
All of the what's the other thing?
The electoral college?
Electoral college vote. Dang, sorry about that. I had a brain fart. So yeah, both dominated.
Both
by the Republicans. This is the absolute worst possible time for them to try to do this. It might have worked, but the thing is, and here's why, we talked about this, all right? Why did the Republicans win the election?
Who gives a shit? Please shut up.
There are people who want this, by the way. However, the people who want this are considered coastal elites. These are people who live on the coast of the United States, east and the west coast, in very pocketed parts, the entire northeastern coast all the way up, and the west coast, from Washington where I live, all the way down California. And there's a lot of people who are there in big population dense areas, and they want the liberal values, they want, everything mixing over, and they want this kind of stuff, okay? And they vote, and they're powerful, and they have a lot of money. These people are a lot of money to spend. And again, if the Democrats had won the election, I wouldn't be shocked if there would have been a different response to this. But now, we've seen, I guess there's going to be a shift. And this is in America, we have this shift. What's going to happen, again, I told you, in culture in the world, you see this pendulum swing back and forth. America was the tipping point, and now I guarantee you, we just talked about it with
Take a look at toxic logic here. 100% everything on this show is repeating crap from Twitter and YouTube.
Justin Trudeau earlier, you may start to see this conservative shift around the rest of the world as well. You're going to see people saying, we had a few years of this, we had 8, 10 years of this. Let's go back. Go back to the other side now. So this couldn't have been the worst strategy. I mean, I can't believe they decided to go through with it. The only thing I can think of, they didn't have a choice. They actually put all their eggs in one basket. They're already desperate because they've lost so much of their sales. They had to do something, and they 100% somehow got brainwashed.
Dude, his chat is just hating everything right now. What is this take? What the fuck are you talking about? Insane take. Holy shit.
That they thought that the Democrats were going to have a sweeping win and that this was going to be the beginning of the full progressive push worldwide rather than a full conservative push. They gambled wrong. You bet on black. Oops, it came up red. Son of a bitch. And
not to mention the fact somebody said, I love it when Americans think their politics impact worldwide. Jaguar is mostly a European brand, if I'm not mistaken.
Now, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, again, unless this car gets announced this week, and this is the best dang car you've ever seen in your life, I cannot imagine them selling this vehicle. I don't think, again, maybe the only people who are going to get it are those people who are the stick-it-to-ems, right?
Yeah, this is straight up insufferable.
We hate that the Republicans won. We hate that Trump is the president. We hate that conservatives around the world are gaining power. Buy a Jaguar to stand against them. It's the Neil Druckmann philosophy. Man, buy The Last of Us 2 to stand against the bigots. Don't buy it because it's a good product. Buy it because you want to stand against those people you don't like. It could be that. It could end up being that the progressive car. And so every person who's ultra liberal, ultra progressive is driving a Jaguar down the street that has 17 wheels and 2 things spinning like this into the sky, grabbing things out, and you have to jump through a hole to get sucked into it. The Homer Simpson car.
Just stop talking. Please. Please, stop talking.
Maybe they'll have one. I mean, I'll just say this. There's going to be a large group of people that if that's the case, they're going to know who to stay away from. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be associated with that. That just tells me this is a person who I personally, not me, I'm not saying this is me, but I'm saying people who are ultra conservative are going to be like, we want to stay away from those people,
No, yeah, that's what I thought. Jag being a UK brand, yeah.
So anyway, I don't think that this is a very successful bid, even though this one person from Forbes thinks it is. I think, sadly, this is a situation that's going to backfire right in their face, and it's not going to be very pretty for them. My honest take, okay?
You think it's going to backfire in their face?
Okay. Whew, all right. So basically, I have 2 other topics that I absolutely want to cover tonight, but I also have a couple quick ones. and I'm debating. I know one of them is going to take probably about 15, 20 minutes. One of them will be faster. So I think we have time for maybe one we can interject here as an extra topic, but I don't know if we're going to have enough time for all of these. So I think maybe we'll talk about this one. This is one that I was talking about for a while during the last presidency, Biden's presidency. And I think this one will be pretty good to cover. We're going to watch a lot of a video that's going to teach us about inflation. And then we're going to talk a little bit about it together.
Oh, dear fucking God.
And then I have 2 more stories to end the show. Okay. But in the meantime, again, thank you to everyone who is here, who's chilling, who is enjoying the show. We have about roughly 40 minutes left, roughly. Guys, if you like the show, please support it.
No.
We currently are at $62 out of our 150 goal. And obviously,
I don't want to make this about money, but
we
also
want to keep the streak alive and keep
Give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money, give me money.
rolling. At 89, we want to get it to 90 tonight. So if you could support the stream tonight in some way, please do. Whether it be a sub or a gifted sub here on Kick, whether it be a tip, which you don't have to do through Kick. You can actually do that by looking at the description of the stream or going to the About tab. Either way there, you can actually send a tip, okay? And again, I will go ahead and shout out any contributions or anything that you guys contribute for tonight, all right? By the way, for the record, because some people outright say, well, I want to watch the show, but I don't want to be like having a Kick account. You could interact with me by tipping. That's what some people do. They tip a couple bucks and they
Money, please.
say something, I read it out, and I respond. That's the way you can do it if you don't want to have a Kick account, okay? Sound good?
No, God, make it stop.
All right, we ready to continue? Okay, here we go. All right, so everyone, there has been a hot topic recently, okay? And the hot topic is thus. Why is it that if the mainstream media in the United States seems to be reporting that inflation is going down, that it seems like a lot of Americans are saying, well, I don't get how inflation is going down, because I certainly haven't noticed that prices are going down. I mean, I go and I shop, and the prices at the grocery store are just as expensive as they were a year or two ago. In some cases, it seems like prices have gone up. I'm not saving at the pump when I go to get gas. My taxes didn't go down. Like, nothing's going down. So why is it that inflation keeps getting reported as, oh, it's decreasing, don't worry, okay? Well, there's a fascinating video on YouTube by someone here who basically kind of breaks it down, saying that our U.S. government...
Do you think he's going to credit this person?
...very much would benefit if inflation was reported as being lower than it actually is. Let's take a look.
In today's video, I want to explain to you why I believe that the government is underreporting inflation. So long story short, the government underreports inflation to cheat Americans. It's all about the money. So the purpose of this video is to spread awareness. This is my opinion and the way I see it. Let me know what you think. Okay, so here's the situation. The government now reports that inflation is rising at a rate of 2.6%.
I'm going to make my my screen much smaller for this because there's going to be a lot of data on the screen. So I want you to think about that. The government is saying inflation is rising at 2.6%. Okay?
But are prices really going up by 2.6% a year? Or is it truly more? But why would the government be dishonest and not report to the American people the true rate of inflation? What would motivate the government to report inaccurate figures?
Did anybody get the channel name of this guy? Does anybody know? Like,
these 2 reasons why. Number 1, the politicians lie for political gain. And number 2, the politicians and government officials lie so that the government saves money.
Now, when he says political gain, of course, what he means is if a politician is reporting accurately what inflation really is, and inflation is very high, people are going to be like, well, then you're doing a bad job as a politician. You're supposed to be a public servant. Okay? So if you're a public servant, why are you not doing things to benefit the American people? Government saves money. Well, let's be honest. Our government is an insane amount of debt. And I'm sure any penny that they can save, they're going to try to cut corners no matter what. Okay?
So let's start with political gain. And this one's going to be short because it's straightforward.
I think we already discussed it. We already know. They benefit from people.
So it comes from a guy called Clear Value Tax, it looks like, who has, hold on, 2.3 million subs. Okay, so at least somewhat reputable, it appears.
People thinking that things are going better, okay? Yeah, bad news, not a good look, not popular, doesn't win votes, but good news, looks better, wins more votes. You want to stay in power? Well, inflation's doing better.
Wait, are we not gonna? We're not gonna watch the video.
People will just believe it, and there you go. Okay, now here's the financial motivation.
So let's think this through logically. The CPI inflation reports, which the government puts together, affects the income of 80 million Americans. So we're talking about Social Security recipients, food stamp recipients, SNAP benefits, military and civil service retirees, rental assistance, even school lunch programs.
For those who are not Americans, because actually some people who watch the show are not here in the United States, these are all social assistance programs from our government. I and everyone here pays taxes to our federal government.
You don't pay taxes. That's why you got in trouble.
The government takes the money and then redistributes it to people who need it. So people who are on Social Security, people who basically
no.
basically maybe they don't have steady income, maybe they're elderly, they get Social Security, food stamp recipients. People who are on Social Security, people who basically maybe they don't have steady income, maybe they're elderly, they get Social Security, food stamp recipients. Again, people who are on a lower income.
Social Security is not low income. Oh my God. Oh fuck.
Can't afford food. They get stamps to go to the grocery store and get food with, so they don't have to use money because they don't have money. Military and civil service retirees. What if you were a lifetime person in the military and you retired? Well, now you have no income coming in. You need to have income and the government gives it to you.
What? Oh my God. Ow. Oh my God. Ow. 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 Oh God, this is hurting my head. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, did I mute him by it? Yep, I did. God damn it.
Well, now you have no income coming in. You need to have income and the government gives it to you. Okay? So these are all these kind of social assistance programs. And this is the government giving this money out to these Americans. 80 million Americans are on these programs. Okay?
Now imagine if inflation was truly 10%. Okay? And imagine the government increased the annual cost of living adjustment to beneficiaries by 10%. That would be called fair. But you know what would be cheaper for the government? If the rate of inflation was truly at 10% and the government says the rate of inflation is at 6%. Now the government only needs to give a 6% raise to beneficiaries instead of 10%. So call me crazy, but I think the government is not playing fair and beneficiaries are getting cheated. So if you are a beneficiary in a program and you feel like your standard of living has been falling, I don't think you're going crazy. I think you're being cheated.
And this is funny because this is happening across the country. People have been saying this. Why do you think people just voted Republican in the last election? They're like, why is all the news saying inflation's going down, but our prices aren't going down? We can't afford anything. So there's a disconnect here. How does that make sense? And people who are on these fixed incomes based on government assistance can't afford anything anymore.
Imagine thinking that Social Security benefits and military, disability benefits are like low income housing, or it's because you can't. Oh, it's because you have low income. Imagine being this dumb.
Does it make sense? Of course it does. So he's going to explain here. Let's see here. Right, $1 saved is $1 earned. If they misreport inflation, then they don't have to pay people as much when it comes to these programs, and they save money. So here we go.
So the original calculation went like this.
So this is how they calculate inflation.
Well,
okay?
shut the fuck
but the
up,
inflation
Bill. Just
calculation
let it
has changed tons over the years.
Just let it talk.
Tons. Here's how.
They would select a variety of everyday goods.
That's fair.
And they would see how the price changed over the course of a year.
Sounds
so, for
reasonable.
example, let's say a pound of sugar cost $1 last year. Today it costs $1.10. So sugar went up by 10%.
There you
and
go.
Calculate inflation like that.
And that makes perfect sense. That's how inflation should be calculated.
So that is very simple.
Your leg amputation by IED is not service related.
That makes sense, right? Now the calculation has undergone improvements to become more accurate. So the new method considers quality and substitutes. So for example, if sugar goes from $1 to $1.10, that's a 10% inflation rate. But let's just say that the price of Splenda, a substitute, only went up by 3%, that they could elect to go with 3%.
What? How does that make any fucking sense at all? Is Splenda the same as sugar? It's a substitute, but Splenda is more expensive than sugar. So just because something that was more expensive only had a 3% increase,
I don't know,
that doesn't mean that
Oleander.
inflation is 3%.
I don't know. My brain, it has the
at all.
hurt now.
But this is what they're doing.
My pain brain, hurty.
This is what our government here in the
bad.
United States is doing. They're fudging numbers in order to misreport things.
So now...
Kind of sucks when that happens, doesn't it, Phil? Mr. fudges the numbers on his goddamn bankruptcy.
It's very important. The CPI no longer measures the change in price. It measures the change in cost of living. So let that sink in. The government also uses alternative testing measures in their calculations. So one example is with housing. The government uses a survey called Owner's Equivalent Rent. They asked people, what do you think it would cost you to rent a similar place? What's your best estimate? So you know what would be more accurate? To use actual price changes of rent and home prices. The data is easily available, but they prefer not to use it. So it's interesting to note that the government reports inflation has gone up a total of 20% over the past 4 years. However, actual home prices have gone up by 50% in the past 4 years.
And there it is. I mean, that's...
There what is, Phil? What?
That's the end of the discussion. We have factual evidence that our government has been lying to us in the last 4 years about inflation. They are claiming it's only a 20% increase, but factual prices have gone up 50%. So how are they getting away with this? Really? How? Why are we allowing our government to lie to us? And I just want you to think about this. The people who are in charge. Who was in charge of the government in the last 4 years? the Democrats.
Oh my God, dude. Just fucking grift hard right and just do that, okay? Just stop trying to fence sit.
Okay? They controlled everything, all right? They did. And they wanted to be reelected, and people were so busy saying, oh no, I'm afraid of Donald Trump. He's going to be a dictator and a fascist, and he's going to take away all of our rights. There was evidence right here in our faces that the people in charge had been bold-faced lying to us about everything, and we just didn't care. Vote for the Democrats because we don't like Donald Trump. But the Democrats are outright lying to us about everything. Oh, that's fine. We don't like Donald Trump. Vote for Kamala. Wait, what? I mean, again, this is what I was saying 2 weeks ago. The Democratic presidential race was not a race on any fact. It was a race on fear-mongering because that was their stance. They realized if people sat down and analyzed facts, they were going to find shit like this and be like, ooh, shit. We've been lied to all this time? Yes, you have.
This is insufferable.
Have been. Outright. And by the way, for clarification purposes, I just want you guys to understand something, okay? It's not just the Democrats. It's all of the people in power. They lie to the American people constantly, up, down, left, and right in every single possible way. And we let it happen. We keep voting the same kind of rich people into power.
Who's we? You don't vote.
Who don't have our best interests in mind, who only care about being part of the 1%, controlling all the wealth. Do you think rich people are affected by this inflation? No, they're not. They're already ultra rich. They don't care. But we get affected by it. You and me, normal people, are the ones.
You're not normal. You are the furthest thing from normal.
Ones who are like, oh, I don't have enough to pay for stuff this week. They're so filthy rich, they'll never not have enough to pay for stuff this week. So they don't care. But
you beg to pay for stuff this week.
They don't want to incite a panic. They don't want people to lose trust in the system. They want to save a buck, and that's all they care about. It's both sides of the aisle. Both Democrats and Republicans have been lying about this kind of stuff for the absolute longest time.
Oh my God,
that's what I mean. Like, if they don't care about inflation, they don't care. But so hide the problems and just say business as usual. The system works. Everything's great. Now, listen. You may hear me and say that I'm jaded and I want everything to burn down the system. No, I'm not saying that. But I do feel like
no. We know full well that you could not deal with the revolution because the revolution will not be televised. Okay, and if it's not televised, who's going to give you your fucking tip money?
To have some kind of change in this country, we need to have a shift in our political system so it's not the same exact class of people controlling everything forever. We can't just have the ultra rich controlling everything for every person because they don't even know what it's like to be a normal person. They're living in another existence of affluence and protection. They fail up.
I may have to fucking end this stream. I can't fucking deal with this asshole. Oh my God, Vika, if you're here, what the fuck am I watching and why am I watching this? Why am I doing this to myself?
I'm just saying, I think that we need to have a change. Things like this, we have outright evidence that the numbers they're telling us in the news, this is reported on the news, inflation is now 2.something%. Then why when I go to the store is everything a third more expensive? It doesn't make sense. You are lying. You're fudging the numbers using selective statistics to make us not panic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We have, okay, I think we're going to go into our finale.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I have one major segment and a minor segment to end the show because I do want to try to end it around 9 p.m.-ish. I received a generous tip of $30. Very nice. Thank you, whoever this is. I'll play animation and I'm going to read it there. I have a big statement to make here.
I am the pinnacle of male fitness. I can stand up from a
tip.
chair.
Thank you. Oops, I misclicked.
Thank you, Michael A. Before you for the Canadian 279. Phil is having revelations. Most people have it 17. Yeah. Dude, the pendulum theory that he talks about is literally a 101 class in like American politics in high school. And he talks about it like, American politics is like a pendulum. Do you know what a pendulum is? It swings all the way over here, and that's where we were on the left, and then it swings back over here, and we're on the right. And that's what we're doing. I'm like, dear God, I learned about this when I was fucking 16, Phil. And you're talking about it like you have discovered fire.
No. Okay. A $30 anonymous tip. That's the biggest tip of the show.
Oh, my God.
It's the $92 of support, guys. Again.
No, hold on. I want to see this real quick.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Okay, that one might have to become a soundboard bit.
We only have about 30 minutes left on the show, so please support the show. Let's hit the goal tonight and continue the streak. Okay,
listen
to this. In the first episode, you said you're not fond of Trump nor Harris. You also said that while Sanders sometimes says things that you very much agree with, you wouldn't really consider yourself a fan. Nice if it would scroll. of him either due to his ultra-liberal stances. The reason you gave the time for disagreeing with the stances came down to the fact that someone always has to pay for it. The money has to come from somewhere. This is very true, and I want to point out that Sanders has presented a solution. The 1%, and particularly the 0.001%, should pay a lot more than they do currently. That's where the money can easily come from. The ultra-rich are currently hoarding an obscene amount of wealth. This is something that you even alluded to on your podcasts. I don't like the golden parachute. I don't know the details of Sanders' plans, but this sounds reasonable for solving this problem to me. Shouldn't Elon Musk, of all people, be forced to actually benefit society? Just saying.
Lulu, he hits the goal. God damn it.
Well, FYI,
wow.
I watched a video
FYI.
a few months ago on my now retired React show, okay? And that video explained that the ultra-rich actually pay less taxes than most normal people. And here's why. They take their money and they put their money into these investments that don't get taxed until they actually take money out of it. But they just never take the money out. They take all of this money, they put it into the investment. Then that investment sits there untouched. They never pay tax on it.
Right.
But because they now have accumulated wealth, they can go to a bank and say, here's my assets. And the bank says, oh, great, let's lend you money. And they'll lend the money and they'll use the lent money to go spend to do things with. Then they make profit on what they're doing and they pay back the lent money and they literally never pay tax.
They make profit on what they're doing but never pay tax. That doesn't seem possible.
And that's what all the rich people are doing. They literally are all taking this affluence they have, putting it into these accounts where they make money on it, but they don't ever get taxed on it. And then they just borrow and make more money. So they never have to pay tax at all.
All these super
someone like
chats
Bernie
are
Sanders.
great. But remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Thank you, Kenneth Douglas for the 5 says, I feel like Squidward in the Krusty Krab training video episode banging my head against the cash register while someone says something dumb. Dude, this is... I feel like Panda Lee in the GIF just fucking listening to Phil jerk himself off and suck his own dick. I don't know why I subject myself to this shit.
Just looks at the situation and says, this system is broken. How is it that an average person in America, the average freaking person, is earning money and has to pay a third of their income, which is roughly what it is. It's different for different people in different kind of jobs, but it's about a third of your income has to go straight to the feds. Okay? Why is it that they have to do that, but not the ultra-rich? The ultra-rich, because they're rich, have things that they can invest in and then they're just rich forever. It's not fair. It's a broken system. If they can do it, I should be able to do it too. Why can't I take my money and invest it into that and do it? Because I don't have money.
Yeah. Oh, God, yes, because you spend it on mobile games, you fuck.
Because I'm not ultra-rich. You need to be ultra-rich to be tax-free. Does that make sense?
No, not at all.
Why would the people who make the most money not have to pay taxes, but the people who make less have to pay all the taxes? So Bernie's idea is no, change the system, tax the rich. But there's a problem with that. Guess who controls the system? The ultra-rich. They're the ones in power. They're the ones who are the lawmakers. They're the ones who are in Congress, the House of Representatives, the Senate, the House of Representatives. The president is ultra-rich. Every president. There has never been a president that wasn't ultra-rich. The entire, judicial branch, all them, the Supreme Court justices, they're all ultra-rich. Everyone's ultra-rich. Oh, by the way, they're all in the pockets of all of the corporations because of lobbying. So the corporations pay them to do things that benefit the corporations. So you, again, have an entire class of people who rule over us, but we pretend like it's a democratic system. Oh, well, we voted them in. Well, did you have a choice to vote for someone who wasn't ultra-rich? I rest my case. You didn't.
Just, if you could rest 6 feet under, that'd be beneficial for all of us.
The people who are not ultra-rich don't stand a chance to ever be elected. You have to be ultra-rich to be in power in this country, and those people will never change the system to not benefit the ultra-rich.
Aaron, he's at least 120 these days. 120 a year.
If they did, they'd actually be a public servant. They'd actually be what a politician was originally intended to be in the inception of our government.
That's what I was getting at, the whole thing. Oh, he was like, yeah, they borrow the money, then they do what they were going to do, and they make money on it, and they don't pay taxes. I'm like, no. If they took lended money and then made money off that lended money, they still have to pay tax on that.
But we haven't had real politicians for a while, at least in my opinion. What we've had is people who pretend to be the role, but instead, they're wealth gatherers. That's literally what they're doing.
They're wealth gatherers, guys. But if you could please support the stream, I want to hit the $150 goal, but they're wealth gatherers, you guys.
Gathering everything up. Wealth for me, none for you. Well, I'll pretend to be your buddy. I'll pretend to be your friend. I'll pretend I'm a public servant, but in reality, they're not. So that's what's, in my opinion, what's happened. Now, Bernie Sanders, listen. Some things I agree with him on, some things I don't.
Just a reminder, okay? 45 days is going to be 90 streams, right? 90 streams is 45 days. In 45 days, which is a month and a half, Phil has made $13,500.
I think that the guy, sadly, is very, very off the deep end when it comes to his ultra-liberal ideas. He wants everyone to have everything for free. And I don't agree with that at all. I don't think that everyone should just get everything for free. I think that there's people who have to work to earn things, okay? And the way that his philosophy is like, just give everything away. But if you do that, who's going to pay for it? Someone has to. Nothing can just be given away without having someone else pay for it. I definitely believe we need to have a more fair system. Our system right now is not fair. It's not, the responsibility is not put enough upon the right people. If someone is ultra rich, they should have to pay taxes.
That's you.
Period. They shouldn't have ways to shelter all their wealth from tax. It shouldn't exist. But those systems were created by the ultra rich. So of course, those systems will be in place.
Toxic logic, blowing up the fucking shit again. Yeah, everyone should work hard and contribute to society, like by playing video games all day.
Endlessly, unless somehow we change our government so the ultra rich aren't making the laws. You know, how will you ever have a change? Right?
Well, somebody got
how will you ever have a change?
Hold on.
Right?
Hold on.
We change our government so the ultra rich aren't making the change. So of course, those systems.
There it is. Joe Sandal 101. You were bankrupt, Phil. Shut up. Watch this. Watch.
Will be in place endlessly.
He leans in.
Unless somehow we change our government.
Gone. It's gone now. That person doesn't exist.
So the ultra rich aren't making the laws. You know, how will you ever have a change? Right? Okay. Let's continue. Actually, this next one. All right, this is going to be a good one. All right. By the way, I received a $2 tip.
Ugh.
The last real public servant politician we had was JFK, and then they murdered him. I'm not a scholar on JFK. Perhaps I will have to look further into it. Certainly, there have been quite a lot of people, right? Quite a lot of people over the years who have had that conspiracy, right? That JFK actually was trying to be a true public servant, and the people in power didn't want that, so they got rid of him. They offed him. I don't know if it's true or not.
In that case, Phil, run for public office and win as the man for the people, please.
I don't know. At this point, I don't think we're actually going to have. I don't think we're actually going to have an answer. It's been so long, right? There you go. Okay. All right. Are we ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's time for a little bit of comic relief. We got a nice show, almost 2 hours now. I think it's time to have a good laugh. So this week, once again, we're continuing on with this pattern of celebrities who cannot handle that Donald Trump won the U.S. presidential election.
Oh God.
They can't handle it. All right, and so they are coping and seething all over the globe. I literally mean this. They are actually coping and seething all over the globe. This week, over in Italy, there was this big film awards, film festival, all this stuff was going on. And all these very left-leaning celebrities were there talking about the results of the U.S. election.
Okay.
And the one particular that I want to talk about tonight, that a lot of news outlets covered, is Sharon Stone, American actress. All right? You may know her, you may not. She was very popular in the late 80s, all through the 90s, and in the early 2000s. She had some big roles. She even won a big award. All right? So, Sharon Stone, here she is in Italy, accepting a Lifetime Achievement Award. Okay? At this film festival or whatever it is, some kind of a big celebration. Okay? So, it's the Torino Film Festival. That's what it was. She was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award. She didn't mention Donald Trump by name. She appeared to be referencing the president-elect and his supporters while sharing her thoughts on the incoming administration. All right? Let's hear what Sharon Stone has to say.
I think we have to really stop and
Sharon Stone's the one you can see her cooter in, what is it? That one movie. She crosses her legs.
think about things. And we have to stop and think about who we choose for government. And if, in fact, we are actually choosing our government, or if the government is choosing itself.
Sharon Stone.
If we are choosing the government, or if the government is choosing itself. Let's continue before I make a comment.
Is speaking out on the post-election climate in the U.S. The Oscar nominee didn't hold back at the Torino Film Festival in Italy on November 24th, where she was honored with
Yeah. What was the movie, though?
the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, Basic Instinct. That's it.
Though Stone did not mention Donald Trump by name, she appeared to be referencing the president-elect and his supporters while sharing her thoughts on the incoming administration.
You know, Italy has seen fascism. Italy has seen these things. You guys, you understand what happens. You have seen this before. My country is in its adolescence. Adolescence is very arrogant.
Oh my God.
Adolescence thinks it knows everything. Adolescence is naive and ignorant and arrogant. And we are in our ignorant, arrogant adolescence. We haven't seen this before in our country. So
really?
Americans who don't travel, who 80% don't have a passport, who are uneducated, are in their extraordinary naivete.
According to the State Department, 51% of Americans hold a valid passport at...
Oh, wait. Oh, burn. Ooh. Access Hollywood with a sick burn against Sharon Stone. Damn, they didn't have to say that. They could have just let it go. They're like, no, we got to call her out on this one. They immediately got her. Boom. Fact check. You don't know what you're talking about. Wow.
As of October 2024.
Yeah, Phil, we can do that with you, like about Social Security and government and military disability claims. Like, easily.
Up from 46% the previous year. Stone publicly supported Kamala Harris in the election.
What? She did? I never would have suspected.
And her latest comments come months after she told Deadline that she was considering a move to Europe in light of the political tension.
Oh, she's considering a move to Europe. That sounds familiar. It sounds like something we talked about last week, but, I just can't seem to remember. It's only the most viewed clip of the show from last week, right?
The States. Her remarks at the Torino event were in response to a question about the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, and the actress went on to explain how honorable men should step up to make sure women aren't waging this issue alone.
What?
The only way that we can help with these issues is to help each other. Now, we can't just say that women should help women, because that's the only way we have survived so far. We must say that good men must help good men, and those good men must be very aware that a lot of your friends are not good men. And you can't continue to pretend that your friends are good men when they are not good men. And you must be very clear-minded and understand that your
Clear-minded. I love how she said it that
friends who are not good men are dangerous, violent men. And you have to keep them away from your daughters, your wives, and your girlfriends. Because this is a time when we can no longer look away when bad men are bad.
Okay.
What is that? What does this have to do with fucking politics?
Oh, Sharon Stone weighing in. Right? Well, first of all, it's funny because she's saying this while she's in Italy. You know what I mean? Like, she's literally over there in Italy to say this at a Torino film festival. She could be saying it here, which she probably has, admittedly, right? She probably has. And she's not the only one. Like the Baldwins, I think Alec Baldwin was over there saying similar things and stuff like that. All right? So to be quite frank, it's not just her. It's just that she's one of the big ones that everyone was talking about this week. Did you hear what she said about basically Americans are uneducated. They don't understand what it's like to have a dictator. So that's why they voted for Trump. All right, so first off, before I even respond, I'm a little curious, I don't know. I'm trying to refresh my memory here. Sharon Stone, she received a Lifetime Achievement Award over at the Torino Film Festival. Sharon Stone got a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Torino Film Festival. I want to refresh my memory on Sharon Stone's filmography. So in the 80s, where she got her start, she had a bunch of films no one ever heard of. Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol, she had a role.
Yeah, she was Basic Instinct that made her.
Okay, Action Jackson, right? And then her first big break really was Total Recall. If you recall, she played Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife in that. A small...
Arnold Schwarzenegger who's?
Really was Total Recall. If you recall, she played Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife.
Yeah. Not nah. I want to slow that down to 1x. Hold on.
And then her first big break really was Total Recall. If you recall, she played Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife.
Yeah, that's an I. That's an I. Straight up, that was the hard I.
Wife in that. A small role. Her big break, where everyone talks about, her most distinctive role ever that she ever did in Hollywood, where she was nominated for a whole bunch of awards. She didn't win any, by the way. She didn't win any major stuff for this, but she was nominated for a whole bunch. Was Basic Instinct. Anyone remember this movie? In this movie,
she shows her cooter.
She basically plays a sociopath who messes with people's emotions.
And shows her cooter.
And the only reason that anyone remembers her in this movie is because in the movie, she crosses her legs and shows off her private parts. I wish that was a joke. I'm not kidding you. That's literally Sharon Stone's claim to fame, is spreading her legs in an R-rated movie, and you could see her downstairs area. Okay? Now, continuing on, in her filmography, she went on to try to be a leading woman in other movies, and she got the Raspberry Award for Worst Actress, but she also got the Most Desirable Female Award, okay? Again, Raspberry Award for Worst Actress, but Most Desirable Female Award. I'm starting to see a pattern here, okay?
Oh my God.
Literally throughout her career, most of the time when she ever got noticed was not for her acting, it was for her body. Not for her mind or her talent, but because she had boobs and a butt. Right?
Phil, no one's recognizing you for your intellect or your body, so shut the fuck up.
Right? Continuing on, she did actually get an award for Casino. So good on her for winning Golden Globe Best Actress. Actually, no, she was nominated. She didn't win. I thought she won. Oh, okay, she didn't win. Okay? So she was good in Casino. But then Raspberry Award. Should I keep going? Raspberry Award. This is in 2004. Raspberry Award for Basic Instinct 2 when they finally made a sequel like a decade later. And then basically since then, do you remember her being in any of these? Do you ever remember any of these movies? The Fading Gigolo. Oh, man, when I remember when she played that Dr. Parker Award fading gigolo. It really touched my heart, and it's just one of the best performances I've ever heard. As you can see, and that's it. This is her filmography, her latest movies. What about Love? Yeah, what about it? Did you see this one? I didn't. Beauty here today. So the point I'm making here is...
Yeah, what is your fucking point?
This is a woman whose career was based on like a 5-year period where the only thing she was known for was crossing her legs in an R-rated movie and then having a body. This, not even being a good actress, not even, you know...
Oh, yeah, just straight up being a sexist, yes.
But now she's going to go over to the Torino Film Festival in Italy, and she's going to lecture us all on our intelligence level. Like she's...
Yeah, sniff and snort here. Do I need to remind you of your claim to fame? Yeah, beating off on stream.
Some fucking brainiac, pariah. I know everything about politics. I know better than you. You're all dumb and immature. But I know all about world history and how fascism works and how Trump is really a dictator and all of that. I know. By the way, hold on, let me cross my legs again and try to make another $1 million, right? What the fuck are you talking about? Are you insane? Who are these?
Dude, that is now, I've got now 3 or 4 people I've seen that have been like, yeah, you beat off on stream.
Hollywood people who have done nothing, literally nothing, to earn their popularity, their fame, their money. Flash in the pan bullshit. They gave her a Lifetime Achievement Award when she only was in like 4 good movies. And even then, she was just known as the attractive female in said movies. She wasn't even a good actress. But you're going to lecture me about politics in 2024 like you have any pertinence to anything on this planet? No! Sharon Stone, you're the same as Ellen DeGeneres last week. You think you know better than everyone because you're rich and famous. But in reality, you don't live with the rest of us.
You aren't the rest of us, Phil.
See the struggles. You don't feel the problem of the penny pinching in the...
Oh, fuck you, Phil.
...pocket of the average American.
Oh.
You're ultra rich for no reason. You never earned it. But now you think you're above all of us. I'm so much smarter than the...
Oh, hi there, Kettle. Name's Potts. Have we met?
...American populace. If that's the case, if you think you're so smart, leave. Go with your friend Ellen, and you can live in the same house together too. How about that? How about we have a big house of celebrities who can't take it? They're coping and seething so badly because Trump won the election, and they think they're so much smarter than the average American.
That's you.
That they just leave.
All these super chats are great, but remember, you don't matter unless you tip.
Wesley H., thank you for the $5. So exactly the same as Phil, but less attractive. He pumped out garbage content and ruined every relationship he's had with a bonus May 1st burst. Yeah, again, I don't get how you can be this oblivious, I think is the word that I'm looking for, to your critique of somebody else when everything you're saying has direct impact upon yourself.
Ahead and leave the country and leave us normal humans alone. We don't need you. In fact, you know what? Why don't you stay over there in Italy and don't come back? Okay.
Yeah, you know what, Phil? Mr. Italian, why don't please go to Italy and then we'll revoke your passport.
Okay. All right, folks. So now it's time for the grand finale. Okay, this is going to be the final story of the night, and I urge you once again, if you want to see the streak to continue to contribute. I'm not sure honestly what happened tonight.
Give me money. Give me money. Give me money. Give me money. Give me money.
You're a piece of shit.
Tonight, as you can see, attendance was way down in sport. I'm shocked that we didn't hit the goal. It would be great if we could in the last chance here to do so.
Last
chance.
Do
that
here
either by
it
tipping,
comes. I'm sure
becoming a
Lulu
sub,
said,
or gifting subs to your fellow viewer.
Lulu said that he hits it, so spoiler, I'm sure he does.
Last chance to do so because this is going to be our final story of the night. Okay? And this is a funny one. This is going to be...
This is a funny one. It's going to be PETA. It's going to be PETA, guys.
Okay, ready? So, ladies and gentlemen, you might not know or be aware of PETA. Or is it PETA? I think it's PETA, right? And what they're an organization that...
They're people for the ethical treatment of animals, yes.
Is 100% pro-animals, okay? What they want is they want people to leave animals alone. They don't want people to hunt animals. They don't want people to eat animals. They don't want people to skin animals for their fur. They basically want people to completely disassociate from animals and leave them alone, all right? Now, personally, I'm not saying that I think that people treat animals fairly at all. I do think that, sadly, there are some people who go extreme. You know, you see these stories of people going to Africa and doing big game hunts against, you know, rare animals and creatures, and they're hunting them down. The guy posing in front of the elephant with a big gun and everything. It's like, why did he murder the elephant? What did that elephant do to him? You know, I believe in hunting where it's legal, where it should be allowed, population control, things like that. I am totally a carnivore. I'm okay with beef and...
You're not a carnivore. You're an omnivore.
Chicken and all of this. You know what I mean? As long as it's done in the right way. And, you know, I get it. Listen, we're humans and we have resources around us and we use them to survive, right? PETA is totally against all of that, right? They're like, you should never, ever have any benefit whatsoever at the expense of any animal. And PETA, it just keeps ramping up the levels that they talk about this. We actually just saw recently in a video that I watched on one of my final react shows that they were against a version of Super Mario Brothers because Mario wears a tanuki suit. And they actually show like a raccoon whose skin has been ripped off, dripping in blood, chasing Mario, trying to get its skin back, saying that Mario is wearing animal fur, and that's bad, and that shouldn't be in the video game. I mean...
Yeah, PETA's unhinged. Everyone knows this.
Keeping in mind that it's a mystical creature with magical powers, it's a fantasy game, it's not even based in reality. But that's how extreme PETA goes to try to say their agendas. They just go wild, like way over the top with the stuff that they say and do, okay? Get on with it. I want to show you PETA's Thanksgiving ad. But before I do, a couple shout outs, all right?
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
I received a sub here from
Darkside Pen.
Ricardo555, and then they gifted 2 subs to the community. Well, thank you very much for that. So that's going to be another $15 in support, which means we're now up to 109, and we're on the right track. We're in the right direction. Who's going to do it? Who's going to hit the goal tonight and continue the streak? All right, let's find out. All right, so.
Money, please.
PETA has released their Thanksgiving campaign. All right?
God.
Again, they're supposed to be protecting animals. Now, folks, I need to warn you of something. Graphic content.
There you go, Paul.
Incredibly graphic content. Right now, I have to warn you of this. I'm serious. You might say, oh no, did they show like, turkeys being inhumanely beheaded and butchered, gory, right? Blood squirting everywhere. No, that's not the kind of graphic content I need to warn you about. I'm serious. I need to warn you about a different kind of graphic content.
Look at him and tell me there's a God.
So I'm warning you right now, you might not want to watch this segment. All right? I present to you, unedited, straight from PETA's X account,
big juicy
their
butt.
own Thanksgiving campaign for 2024. I swear to you, this is real. When you say it out loud, it's clear this norm isn't normal. Hashtag Thanksgiving. Ooh, let's open up those legs and stuff it in all the way. Meanwhile, the kids are saying, ew, gross. What? Prepare yourselves.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
What the hell? Did you think you would ever see something like that from PETA? I mean, that is just wrong.
Why is there a Dom DeMonco here? Am I supposed to ride the Dom DeMonco to school?
That is just... I don't have to tell you what that looks like. I think you could figure it out for yourself. All right? But I just want to analyze this because I want you to take a look at this from a few different angles. Oh, wait, not... Okay, hold on. Let me scroll back up. Or maybe not. Don't look at that from too many angles. All right? But basically, first of all, just the post. All right? When you say it out loud, it's clear this norm isn't normal. Now, hold on a second. Imagine if you never scrolled down.
Why are you doing
and you just start
this
looking
to
at the
me?
picture. It's like, this
Why
norm
are
isn't
you
normal?
doing this
Wait,
to me?
what? A woman who's black and a guy who's white together and they have kids together?
Dude, seriously?
Oh, that's not considered normal? What, is PETA a bunch of fucking racists? Damn. I wasn't expecting them to say that. Why would PETA be like, this isn't normal to have a black woman and a white guy together? That's pretty messed up. I think I need to report them for racism because I think that we need to have some community notes on this post, okay? Just to be honest. That's number one. But then when you scroll down, I mean, what are they thinking? In what household in the United States of America is someone stuffing the Thanksgiving turkey and thinking that it's a private part and talking like this? This is
a private part? Dude, just say it for fuck's sake. Who the hell is stuffing a turkey and thinking of it like a pussy? How hard was that?
Honestly pretty disgusting. And I think we got a bunch of perverts working over at PETA because if they think that this is how the average American makes their dinner, perhaps it means they just never had an actual turkey dinner before. I certainly don't remember my mother or my great aunt stuffing the turkey and talking like this, okay? Plus, what kind of responsible people would be talking like that when they know that their kids are right there in the house, to walk in at any time and look at their faces. It's like they're deviants. They're disgusting sexual deviants to be stuffing the turkey and acting like this. And of course, this makes you think of all kinds of stuff about what are these people like, in their normal life outside of in the kitchen. It's like, no, I don't want to think about things being stuffed. Oh God, all right?
I just end the show, Phil.
This is their actual campaign. If stuffing a turkey feels wrong, that's because it is. No, stuffing an actual turkey doesn't feel wrong, but your disgusting sexual fantasies around stuffing the turkey sure feel wrong to me. This doesn't say making Thanksgiving dinner is wrong. This says the people that work at PETA are disgusting freaks. I I mean, you want to talk about a backfire. So number one, you're racist because this isn't normal to see a mixed race couple.
Phil.
I can't like unfuck her sister, you know?
Apparently in the United States in 2024. And number two, when I'm stuffing my Thanksgiving turkey, I'm having disgusting deviant sexual thoughts. Okay.
You've never stuffed a Thanksgiving turkey. You've always had your ma wife do it.
Okay, PETA, 2 thumbs up for you. Wow. Okay. Well, folks, that's it for this week's edition of DSPolitics. I certainly hope that you enjoyed the show. And I just want you to know that next week, I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to do the show because it really depends, but there's a strong chance that I might have Thursday off next week because that's the day of the week that my wife has off of work. And simply because of that, that might be a day that I'm not streaming. So that means I might do this on Wednesday night or I might do it on Friday night. Chances are it's probably going to be Friday night again. All right. So FYI, we might have Friday night politics for a second week in a row. So mark your calendars and remember, it's going to be the earlier time. I noticed distinctly when I started the show, there weren't as many people. But then I actually noticed
like
that
the
more people joined over the
FBI,
course of the stream. Okay?
The FBI meme where the guy's taking his headphones off, disgusting. Like, God damn, that's what I feel like at this point.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have received
a very generous
a $56 tip from Jared J. And Jared J says the following: as a fan since 2009, I shall not let the king streak end. Let the coins reign king.
Blah.
$56 tip. Well, this is the first big tip we've had, so you get to see this awesome animation. Thank you so very much. Humbug. Thank you very much, Jared J. And with that $56 tip, we are now at...
people been watching since the heavy rain days.
$165, which means, ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely, positively official. For the 90th straight stream, we have crushed the goals, melted my trolls again. So thank you to everyone here. Part of that, please.
You're welcome.
Please become a submissions tier member on the DSP Reacts channel. Tonight, I'll be putting up the community post where you can submit clips for next week.
Yeah, dude, Fear Monarch, I have no idea. If I knew where to find them, I'd be inviting them by because. Yeah, who wouldn't want rando fucking people just out of nowhere anonymously or I've never tipped before or whatever, $50 here, $100 there, and blah, blah, blah. It's almost like these people don't actually exist.
Show, all right?
I know, right? I'm felted, Mr. Serious. I'm totally felted. And seething, SD1593.
And that's the best way to submit and to let me know what you're interested in for the week that I should cover on next week's show. All right, but again, FYI, next week probably is going to be Friday night again because chances are that I'm going to have Thursday night off. So there you have it. All right, folks? All right. And if you want to see some cool highlights from the show, be sure to check out DSP Reacts over the next couple of days. Tonight, I'm going to clip a bunch of clips out of the show so that people can watch over there, or you can just watch it in its entirety, unedited here for about a week on the channel. All right, everyone. Thank you so very much. Great, great stream of DSP Politics tonight. Until next time, DSP signing off. All right. I stopped recording, but I just realized I don't actually upload that file. I don't know why I signed off like that. So everyone, just so you guys know, I am not here tomorrow. Tomorrow is my weekly day off to run errands and the like, all right? I return on Sunday. Sunday will be...
Gravy. He returns on Sunday. I can't. I'm done with him at this point. I'll stare at Mr. Washington here with the eagle rather than deal with Phil. Guys, it was wonderful and terrible. It was suffering, but we suffered together, and that's all that matters. I'm going to keep on keeping on. Next week, I don't have any travel scheduled, so hopefully I'll be able to do a nice Tuesday suffering session, and then Friday or whenever he fucking does his DSPolitics, who knows. Actually, it'll probably just be Friday. It doesn't matter if he does DSPolitics or not. We'll figure something out, but yeah. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. And Vega, I recommend you do the same because I've been hearing you need to catch up on that sleep, dog. So until next time, swallow's the goal for a troll. Lift heavy, eat clean, take care of one another, never be like Phil. And until next time, bye.